Hello, I'm FPX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I'm going to be destroying an entire Piglin Bastion. This is what my Bastion looks like right now, and by the end of the day, it's going to look like a big pile of Blackstone on the ground, which is something I'm really excited about because we are entirely mining the rest of it. So, for the journey, I've got myself, because my birthday is 2 days, that's how I'm describing it. My birthday is on the 13th, which means it's my birthday in 2 days, and wait. There's a particular way to vocalize that one. It's my birthday in 2 days. And as a result, look at my delightful drink I've got myself. Because you know, this is what birthday people deserve. It's a glass that may or may not have been obtained legitimately. It's a bunch of slush, and then there's a cherry on top. Because you know what, the real cherry on top for this drink is the fruit that goes on the very top right there. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very excited to be joining you for a live stream today because honestly I like this Piglin Bastion thing was so much more than I assumed it was. But there's like ever since the beginning it's been like, you know, even though it's a lot of work, that moment when it's all done is going to be so satisfying. And so that's what I'm working for. So I've also, I've increased the size of my beacon slightly. So now that it will actually cover more of the Bastion. So we're going to be mining about 20% faster today than we've been mining before.
And
we've got nothing left besides this.
Was good.
Hey!
Thanks, you have a great stream today. And I see you put the title as Nether Recycling P4. Do you see the issue? It's P5 anyways. Here's your allowance.
I don't know what you're talking about. The title says 5. That's the only way the title's ever been, but thank you very much. Triple threat. Okay, you know, I totally fixed that right now. Thank you very much, my man. I hope you are having a delightful day. But you know what isn't delightful? The war in Yemen. You know, you ever just wanna like slide off to the left or right like that? Just like, you know, how about we just bring this? I guess honestly, in my channel, it's pretty believable that I'd be like, hey, you know what, how about we destroy an entire bastion to show you what happened to Syria over the last 10 years. Man, that's such a bad concept. Also, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday in 2 days, right? I'm on vacation. Happy live stream till cat says Emily Uplinger. Hey, happy vacation. You know, honestly, so first of all, actually, I want to know, like, given that the current situation's going on, like, I'm not a vacation taker, like, I travel a fair amount, but, like, I feel like traveling right now is going to be a really weird situation, so I don't know what vacation means in your context, but congratulations. And second of all, the greatest philosopher of our time. I like when you jump into a random topic. You know, do you want to hear about my pogo stick I just got? It's not a random topic, but I do jump into that sometimes. There we go. No, it sounds like a joke, but I actually got a pogo stick recently. And, like, there's so many dumb things that as a child I wished I had. That it's cool. Like, the cool thing about being an adult is I can just be like, oh yeah, I kind of wanted that. That seemed cool. And I bought one. So I would be very upset that my stream crashed early on. But maybe this is one of those times where you've just got to be chill about something, right? That's my takeaway. Maybe you've got a different takeaway. Where is my face, I hear you asking? I don't know what's wrong on my PC today, but I do know good luck finishing it this time. My PC is very against me finishing it. Oh, okay. My PC is very much saying, no, you're not gonna finish it. I bet you won't. You can't do it. I know you can't. And you know, let's prove my PC right. Anyway, so hello everyone. I'm FPX Toycat, and this is the worst live stream on the internet. What are you even doing watching here? Tell us about your pogo sticks. Angel64. Okay, you know, it's pogo time. Actually, I'm gonna try and get my webcam working first. Give me a second. Okay, the bad news is... Hey, the good news is as soon as I started to tell you the bad news, it fixed itself. Can I tell you something? This is like... We're diverting from the scheduled live stream a little bit. Maybe we should just do that altogether. Maybe we should, like, get back to this sometime where that makes some more sense. And maybe for now, I can tell you. One of the, like... I think I've mentioned, like, you know, betrayal always hurts. I feel like sometimes you feel betrayed by the world. And let me tell you, like, my most minor example of this. But every PC I've ever owned has failed me repeatedly. Only for, like, live streaming and sometimes for recording. But, like, these, like, things that I make, you know, all I need is, like, PC, record that, and then we'll go. And For some reason, every PC I've ever owned has had serious issues. Just like the things I plug in, I want to stream to all of you. Face reveal, you're so cute. That's all I want to do. And like this PC, I decided for this PC, like, okay, well clearly it's like, you know, if I just buy like the best components, like I got, you know, instead of getting like just like kind of professional, I got like workstation grade everything, like things that are designed for work, you know, like for the max it can be. Like my processor alone is like, you know, it was a huge purchase. It's 4 digits, to put it in that perspective. And despite all of that, it just still happens. And it just hurts when you're like, every time I consider buying something expensive, like, you know, you like to think to yourself, oh yeah, if you buy a nice car, you buy a nice, if you buy a nice piece of clothing or something, oh yeah, it's gonna be like way better. It's designed to never break. It's designed to always do what you want to. And I think like just something about this, like I would pay someone a lot of money if they could just make this go away, you know. But it's something that has no discernible cause. It's a very bizarre thing to mention, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. That like something about like computers, especially because like computers are this like incredible thing. I need to plug my earpiece.
Parasocial relationships, FTW.
Thank you very much. Tlikaz, yes. But there is something there's something interesting about like trying to trust like physical objects. Like you need to trust your car if you drive it every day, because that thing might kill you one day. And there's something about like just wanting to trust a PC and not being able to. That's like so tragic. Like if you can't trust a thing, how can you trust a person, you know? Like people are less reliable than things, and if things can't even be reliable, then what can you trust? Because you know, like then the next layer up of that is like you can't actually trust yourself. Like you think you can trust yourself, but you can't. I've been rebuilding a lot of Minecraft structures from memory today, and I realized like I have a perfect picture of something in my memory, but it's not actually a perfect picture. I think I know perfectly what a witch hut looks like from memory. I built one just an hour ago. Again, it's for a video I'm working on. And I was like, oh my god, I think I know a witch hut perfectly, but I have this vague illusion of it in my head. And yeah, so like, also we need to get some like bows and arrows in this, up in this house, right? I am so done with ghasts. Like, I'd be happy if they never spawned ever again. They just fire, like, they just make loud noises, and like, they can't even do anything to me. I'm on a thing of Blackstone. It's just, I need to just like reset this live stream mentally. I think that's what we gotta do. We just gotta pretend we didn't start, and we're just gonna start right now. Does that sound good to everyone? You can't trust the Pogo at either. Right, the Pogo. I love how everyone's excited. I guess when I crashed, the live stream got stuck on a Pogo loop. Maybe that's my closest guess I have about this one. But yeah, every time I forget. Like, here's an example of my memory being faulty. Every time I've done this is my 5th one. I forget that I need a bow with some arrows, and it's like, how do I continuously forget a detail that is actually pretty important? I would say. It's pretty darn important. So we're gonna replace that with that. And now we've got a bow. Now we just need some arrows. We'll just go kill some skeletons. They're everywhere around here. So yeah, we're gonna restart the stream. We're gonna pretend it hasn't been going. My computer literally just crashed. Right, like, how is software this open-ended and like prone to huge failures that can be like, sometimes it's just sad, but sometimes it's like, I lost an hour of work. Hey, thank you, Modest Seller Gaming. You know, you are... I didn't think there was such thing as a modest seller. I thought all sellers were as non-modest as each other. But that was only until I met you, friend. Let's just try this again. You know, I honestly do think, I think Ghasts of the Souls of the Dead filled with gas, so basically gas ghosts. I like that as a theory. I don't know if it's correct, but I'm gonna roll with that one from now on. Okay, so yeah, hello everyone. This is the live stream. Wait, let's just let's pretend that we just started. What's the harm in that, am I right? Okay. So, anyone, when did I start live streaming? Chat, you gotta back me up on this one. When did the live stream just start? Tell me, chat. I need your full support if this one's gonna work. Oh god, I hate Ghasts so much. Now. There we go. Everyone's got it right. Everyone understands. 10:43. Okay. Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and today I'm going to be mining an entire Piglin Bastion. This is actually the 5th live stream in the process, but today we're taking it from this little husk of its former self to being an entire husk of its former self, because we are destroying the very rest of it. I've even expanded my beacon so that it covers more and more of this, and we're going to be just sitting here, mining away at the Blackstone. It's going to be a great little project, because I think destroying anything is a great idea. I think it's a great way to do things, and while we do those great things, allow me to explain how it's my birthday 2 days. You know, don't listen too carefully to that one. It's my birthday 2 days. You know, ignore the in as part of that sentence. And as a result, I got myself this delightful little drink that even has a little fruit. I would say this fruit on the top is the real cherry on top of this drink. And yeah, I'm looking forward to today. There's going to be no issues. It's going to be delightful. And I'm looking forward to joining you all on an opportunity. Let's be honest. The mining is half the fun, but half the fun is the friends that we make along the way. The real destroyed Bastion is the conversations we get to have while we destroy the Bastion. Because if you destroyed a Bastion but you couldn't talk, would you be able to tell anyone you destroyed the Bastion, yeah? I've considered that about so many, like, human activities. Like, if you couldn't tell anyone else you did a thing, how many, like, industries would immediately die? Like, there's so many, like, I would say, like, there's, to some extent, like, you know, like, places that people go, like, forms of entertainment that people only like, you know. There's so many places people like to go that their, like, favorite thing to do there is, like, oh, I've got to tell people. If I can't tell, you know, like, I'd say, like, travel. I really like traveling. But so much of, like, people who like doing the same thing is, like, I need to let people know that I did this. This is a thing that I did. And I used to think really negatively about that. Like, oh, yeah, people are just so, you know, like, people are just so, you know, not in the moment. They just, their only favorite thing is to share it. Because whenever you see, like, especially, like, if you're in Europe, you'll see a bunch of tourists coming from, like, way in the, you know, the heart of Asia, and they'll be there, like, just taking selfies the whole time. Or, like, again, I've been in lots of cool experiences where I've just seen every single human being there is just, like, you know, taking a photo. And when you see that, when you're like, I don't know, I went to, it's called the, I forget what it's called, like, the something bay, the Marina Sands Bay, in Singapore. It's this beautiful pool, but everyone just goes to the edge, they take their picture, and then they, like, either get out of the pool or they, like, go do something else. And I'm guilty of the same thing. And you look at that and you're like, oh, you know, this is sad. People are only here for the photos, man. But then you realize that it's just really, that's our modern form of sharing, right? That's our modern form of telling the tale about the cool thing that we did. And I think that's why, like, even it's not like, you know, taking photos of everything can make you ruin the moment, but also it just shows that, like, you want other people to share in your moment. The most selfish thing to do would be to not take any photos, because then you only have your story, and stories can be made up without needing any, you know, going to places. Toycat Tax, thank you, Blood Reaper 8831. But then maybe I think sometimes the other way, like, you know what? Who does a photo really benefit? If you like actually think about it, who's ever been like, oh yeah, this story that someone told me about the time they went to the Eiffel Tower? That'd be so much better if they could show me, like, a picture of them there. I can't imagine what the Eiffel Tower looks like without you showing me your bad selfie in front of it. Did you do the Q&A yet? Toycat Tax. Yes. I don't know how to. How do you respond to a question asking if you've done something which you've uploaded? Yeah, it's on my chat. Yes, it may be. It's up. You can watch it. That I have done the thing that you know, like, there are some questions that I'm, like, so bad at answering. I just gotta be like, you know, just chill and say yes, Toycat. Just chill and say yes. But it's like, no, he wouldn't be asking me a question, because, you know, questions are like a way of sharing human information. Like, if you ask me, hey Toycat, tell me about that pogo stick you bought recently, then it's because you want to hear about the pogo stick. You don't say, hey Toycat, tell me about that pogo stick. Or like, hey Toycat, can you tell me what pickaxe you're using right now? Is it the diamond pickaxe or is it not the diamond pickaxe? If you ask that question, you're not getting, like, any new information. And it's like, I always assume, like, on YouTube, like, hey, if people ask, like, what's the title on this video, it's like, but you can see the title on this video. So you just gotta assume, like, okay, you know, maybe they just didn't see it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's good. Speaking of things that are good, I've often thought that. Also, going up and getting those last blocks will be a real pain, but that's a problem for future me to deal with. But yeah, so do you guys want to hear about a pogo stick I bought recently? Because one of the tragic things about being young. Maybe it's not a tragedy. Maybe it's.
Firstly, I think you are cute. Secondly, happy birthday. It's my first stream and therefore my first toy cat tax, and some would argue a toy cat is mandatory. Cat.
First of all, thank you very much, Janica. Second of all, I appreciate you saying I'm cute. You know, everyone should every super chat should start with firstly, I think you're very cute. That's how you like win hearts and minds. I don't think it's true, but I like the idea that anyone does. Third of all, I just want to say that it's actually just to be clear here, it's my birthday in 2 days. So you know, like it's like I feel a bit mean when people say like, oh yeah, happy birthday. It's my birthday in 2 days. That's such a dumb joke. Like yesterday, so like in the UK, I don't know if this is common everywhere else. Like if there's a birthday, you know, like event, if there's like a big event, like I don't know, it's a birthday or it's a, you know, Halloween. Usually you don't celebrate it like on the day. You celebrate it like the closest Friday or Saturday or whatever day, you know, because you know people work generally Monday to Friday. I think that's the justification. I mean, at the very least, like if you have things to do, usually it works Monday to Friday, which is weird to me because I've never worked Monday to Friday like ever, and that sounds like such a weird thing to me. Like, you know, what's so special about these days that like everything happens on them? Because there's so many jobs that rely like, if you know, like if you think about like a 24-hour McDonald's that's 7 days a week, it's like, well, clearly a lot of those people aren't working Monday to Friday. And then you think about like, oh yeah, what about there are so many things now that are 24/7. And then there's things that are online, and online is 24/7. That's just like, huh, how's that? It's like I said, birthdays don't matter, then never shuts up about his birthday, says Chantal Exley. Oh, thank you for mentioning that. It is my birthday in 2 days. I'm glad that you could bring that up for me, because I haven't mentioned it in a while. That's right, it's my... No, I'm like super weird about this birthday because it's like, I'm turning 25, which is like a quarter. Like this is like in my life a big milestone. Like I think every year, like me turning 22 didn't really matter. Like 21 and 22 are effectively the same. When you turn 39, are you that different to 38? You know, when you turn 43, is 44 such a big step up? But like 25's like the age where every last final restriction on me, like I can rent like exotic cars, not that I can drive cars, but I think I can drive a truck, and there's a few weird like niche limitations that are off me. And also it's like a quarter century, you know, like imagine a century, imagine a quarter of that. You know, like what was 100 years ago today? 1920. I don't know why that took me so long. The Great Depression has happened in the last century. The biggest economic crises humans... I mean, maybe this will be bigger. We actually don't know for sure. But, like, the biggest economic crises that humans have been able to look back at, that happened 100 years ago. You know that big war thing? I think the second big war is what they call it, sometimes. That hadn't happened yet. That was, like... You know, no one was even predicting that would happen. I mean, like, some people were, but, like, no mainstream beliefs assumed that would happen yet. That's 100 years ago. And now imagine, like, a quarter of that. And that's how old I am. That's how long ago I was born. And, like, there's something about that that, like, feels real, you know? Like, because in reality, time is linear. Like, I'm aging every minute. But because we as humans have, like, this yearly age-up system, every now and then you hit, like, a significant year. And it's going to be a whole thing. So Kat, do you, happy birthday in 2 days. Yeah, happy birthday in 2 days. Happy birthday 2 days. No, I celebrated yesterday as like I know, I just wanted to like do something, because right now there's like crazy stuff happening. So I realized it wouldn't be like a big occasion, so I pet a cat, I went to a gaming bar. It was a nice day. It was really weird actually. So like there's this bar in London I really like that's like, it's like esports themed or something, but like, so they usually have like Smash consoles set up and like PCs of stuff. But right now it's just like tables all the way on the other sides of the room from each other. And obviously it's like, it's good. I like safety. But it's interesting that like everything you know has changed in the last like 3 months. I feel like the interesting thing about crises is they kind of move time forwards or they slow it down. Like or like sometimes they move backwards too, I would argue. But like right now, time is like things are changing very fast, like either backwards or forwards. You know, you can kind of argue. Wait, it's your birthday in 2 days? You haven't said that yet, says Holly Hamster. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it till just now. It's actually my birthday in 2 days. Have you guys heard about that one actually? I want to continuously talk about it now. That's the meme of today is every single subject I talk about today will tie back into my birthday. And just you watch when you think that's like a joke. You think, haha, good one, Toy Cat. Now you wait and you see how this one works. So but yeah, like I feel like time is moving like effectively because time is, you know, like a fixed definition. Like, yep, it's every 60 seconds a minute passes in Africa or whatever. But the way, you know, the time is really like a thing we use to measure like things move at, you know, like X amount, etc. And, you know, like the world doesn't really change that much on a day-to-day basis, on a month-to-month basis. But in the last 3 months, everything has changed, you know? There are some things that we were doing just like normal 3 months ago that like we might not ever do that way again. Hey, thank you, Catherine Klein. Welcome to the channel membership club. Welcome. Your first birthday is your second birthday. Think about that. Oh god, you're right. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, Harrison. Also, thank you, Catherine Klein. The new memes are birthday and the years and stuff, it being impractical. But the time's not such a construct, but measures of time are. Yeah, exactly. Time happens regardless, but like all of our measures, all of the ways we try to define these things, that's kind of arbitrary. Side note here. But as you leave a drink over time, perhaps long enough for like my birthday to occur in 2 days, by the way. But as you leave a drink, do you ever notice that like when you have something that's like half ice, half not, the non-ice, like the ice separates from the liquid, so you get a super flavorful. But then you get like this ice chunk. Look at this. This is literally just ice. There is no flavor to this. It's literally just water frozen as ice. Is there like a scientific name for why that happens? Why you get like the, you know, because if you've ever frozen like orange juice or something, you get ice and then you get super concentrated minus the water juice. It's probably something sort of like the freezing point of water being lower or higher than the freezing point for ice. Is that a Shirley Temple, says Laser Lemon. It's not, although that is a thing. That's a thing that's I made a few of recently, but it's just a it's one of those slush drinks I've been having recently because I like slush. But with a cherry on top. There's something nice about presentation, right? Like, presentation adds to a drink. This is why, like, there are some people who don't agree with straws. They're like, oh yeah, straws are dumb. But they just don't understand that, like, well, everything humans do is dumb. If you wanna get real technical about like how this works, everything is dumb. But the reason straws aren't dumb, or at least, I mean, in my opinion, at the very least, is okay. The reason straws aren't dumb is because like there's a little effect of like adding things to stuff. I mean, like again, oh, I'm filled up with my inventory. I need to go and I need to empty this out, huh? So there's our first inventory full, the first of many, I will hope. It's some sort of distillation. It means you've sucked all the slush out of that patch of ice. But this happened without me drinking any. That's the interesting thing. That like. I know that it happens when you drink, again, like you suck the slush out like it's venom from a wound or something. But in this case, it's something different. And I don't know what, but I'll work it out. 100 straws is better than one. Insert clip from your Twitter. I mean, that's also a fact. We do know that pretty fundamentally. That 100 straws, just a better number than one. 100 straws gets more done. 100 times the suction. That's, please try that. Build a replica of your brick house but with Blackstone and keep all your never update blocks in it. Oh, that's a really fun idea actually, Harrison Gray. I like the idea of having like a never version of my brick house. You know, I think I might need to do that now. I think that I really like that idea. Like I could use like Blackstone bricks and then use like some nether wood, like some crimson wood for the roof. You know, I'm gonna make it like a perfect replica too. Oh yeah, I like this one a lot. Honestly, yeah, there we go. There's a fun idea. Speaking of fun ideas, I think I was mentioning, yeah, like right now, like time's moving fast because we kind of measure time. We obviously like we measure time externally because of the, you know, like time, you know, like, oh yeah, a minute is a minute, an hour is an hour, you know, every 60 seconds a minute passes, blah blah blah. But the real measure of time, the way we feel things, is by how much has happened. Do you ever have someone say something like, oh, did you know that like, you know, that dress thing happened in, like, 2016, and you're like, whoa, it happened that long ago? Because, like, you know, in the scheme of your internet or whatever, like a lot of things have happened, and like, you know, your time sense is broken when too many things have happened or when not enough has happened. Because the internet stayed relatively the same for the last 10 years, I think, is one of the big problems. Like, I think we've kind of stagnated because, you know, it's like same with YouTube, honestly. Even though YouTube being around is good for my business, I make an amount of money to support myself because YouTube exists as a platform and people choose to watch me on YouTube. It's great, it's delightful, but like in the early 2000s, like social media was like coming and going, but every social media site now is so drilled into you and your brain. It knows what is most likely to make you specifically clip a thing. I've seen a few of these streams. It's the same Bastion from Never Recycling 1, says Bobby the Log. Yeah, I've done 4 of these streams on the same Bastion, and this is the time we finish the Bastion. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be absolutely glorious. But, yeah, as I was saying, all of the social media sites, I feel like, are just so drilled into your brain and knowing, like, what will make you click a thing, what will make you interact with a tweet, etc. And, you know, because they're not even caring about whether it improves your day or not. If it makes you feel awful, but you feeling awful makes you stay on Twitter a whole bunch, again, the algorithms don't care about, like, oh yeah, well, that's really bad for our users' well-being. The bot just says, oh my god, I worked out a way to make him click 13 more tweets in his time here, and therefore he saw 2 more ads, and therefore something money, right? It's kind of weird, because I feel like because social media has worked out how to just target our brains, like, it knows us better than we do without knowing us at all, which maybe says something tragic about the human condition. But I feel like the interesting thing about that is it means we've gotten to this situation where there's no real new social media, and therefore the internet feels like time isn't really happening. Like, you know, can you tell me how long ago that Australia fire thing was? Was it 6 years or was it 6 months, you know? I've been on a lot of Toby live streams, says Cookie Cats. Hey, I'm proud of you. Made it to a lot of them. And that's a good thing in my books, because I'm obviously the person who benefits most from that. Joke's on you, I don't use social media, says Hexatron. You talk a lot on these live streams, and technically speaking, I think YouTube counts as social media. But yeah, this is like such an overthought. Like, people who say, oh yeah, did you guys know, like, social media is not always good for you? Have you tried not using it? It's like such an like, everyone, like, instinctively knows, like, that on some level. Everyone, when someone says, oh yeah, I deleted all my stuff, I feel like, oh, you smug monster. Like, when people are like, oh yeah, I just deleted my Facebook so long ago, I just didn't have a use for it, you know? And it's like, well, I mean...
Recycle the Bastion into Bowser's castle, with his face being the entrance like in the games, and I will give another hundo. You know I'm good for it.
That is a fun idea. First of all, thank you very much. Second of all, that is a fun idea. Third of all, honestly, my plan is, like, move all the Blackstone into a place, and then, like, sit on it for a bit, think about the best places. Because I don't want to, like, start something without having, like, the full desire to finish it. Like, sometimes on YouTube, because of the, like, you know, the desire to be first at something, kind of like how, you know, I will be the first to say happy birthday to me because I'll be there at midnight on July 13th, which is my birthday in 2 days, by the way. See, I can tie this topic in there too. But because of the like desire to do things like fast, which is important in YouTube, like obviously person who moves there first gets a huge advantage over everyone else. Like I was tempted to, like my previous recycling projects, to just immediately work on something. I think for this, it's a better idea to like sit on it for a bit, like to really think about it, like really work it out, etc. I think that will benefit me quite helpfully. Hey, Merlybird!
Ice is less dense than water, so it floats in water, a unique solid/liquid combination. I'm guessing the drink phenomenon is to do with the liquid mix melting and ice rising.
So, first of all, that's actually kind of crazy that, I guess, yeah, what you're saying is the liquid is melting out of the ice, then the ice is rising to the top. And as a result, but that still doesn't, well, I guess maybe the liquid has, yeah, a faster melting point. So it melts first, then the two separate, and once they separate, they can't recombine if the ice is solid. And the ice is keeping the drink cold, and therefore it's not melting. I don't know, you know, I'm no scientist. We could talk about this all day, or we could just say it's witchcraft. Just like how, you know, when is my birthday happening? 2 days. No one knows that one for sure unless they were a witch who did some I'm gonna keep doing this. This is gonna be fun. This whole live stream, you better believe. Thank you, Epic Tiger, by the way. Someone says, when is the Marketplace stuff coming out? Literally, it's ready to go. I'm just, again, it's 100% in Microsoft's court now. It's just that they're taking like a week off, so there's nothing I can do for a week. And then off that week, I've got to there's a lot of minor forms and basically it's coming out as soon as I can, which I imagine one of the things about dealing with a large company you realize very fast is there is a lot of bureaucracy. Oh yeah, do you want to post your map? Well, step 1 is to fill out the P1 form, then you got to fill out the D8 form, and then you got to obviously someone's got to manually go around and certify your map, and then this, that, blah 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 blah. And it makes me horrified that if there's all of these processes to go through and make a map, how did people make things like Extreme Skyblock and think yeah, this is a good thing. This is worth all the effort. If it was an easy process, I don't know, posting a tweet's easy. I understand how people mistakenly or putting a picture on Instagram, really easy, takes you 7 seconds. I understand how you might accidentally think it's a great idea to put a picture of me I don't know, screwing your ex-wife or whatever. I'm gonna post that and I'm gonna tag you in it. And it's well, if it's a funny moment for but whatever. But if it's oh yeah, I've got this idea of if it literally takes multiple weeks, if it takes forms and all this stuff, it's how could you, how could you go through all of that and think that this was good? It makes you realize that it's kind of premeditated. The concept of premeditate is really interesting to me. Legally we see things as being worse if people thought about doing it for a while before they did it. Soycat is only yes on Wednesdays. That is true. That is exactly true. What's your opinion of time going fast as Shelby Box? Yeah, my whole point of that is that I think time is going both fast and slow, because we usually measure things by the things that are happening, and right now certain things are happening very fast. The social change we're seeing is huge, but also the change we're seeing in terms of things happening, revolution change, is pretty slow actually. And it's very interesting, I would say. How much good of Blackstone is there on a Piglin Bastion, and what type are you destroying? Yeah, I've got a Piglin Bridge. Obviously, it's harder to tell right now. We might end up with 3 stacks of it, which is very interesting to me. This is tasty. This is tasty. So, I took out, managed to pop in for a few minutes. Have a good stream. Thank you, Sharon Smith. I hope you have a good stream. Actually, no. I hope you have a bad stream. There you go. How you like that? That'll teach you. Also, thank you, Maxim Galitzin. Wait, didn't you become a member on the last live stream? Do you have multiple accounts? Am I insane? I'm going crazy. That's what that is. So something I've heard about recently. A lot of YouTubers have been privating their old videos, and this is something that's always been a thing. But right now, what happens is it takes one person to decide to get really mad at you for something that you did, and then they can go and find the worst thing you've ever said. They can clip it. They can they can ignore the context. They can act like it's new, and then they can get a whole bunch of people on the internet angry about the thing that you said, the thing that you support. No one's confused by the idea of I think people call it cancel culture, but I think it's just the idea of people jumping on trends to hate people because we love hatred. But a lot of YouTubers have started removing their old videos because if if old videos don't make money anyway and people are just gonna use it.
This isn't a tax payment for once.
Hey!
Happy early birthday. Pretend it's a crisp $50 stuffed into a mismatched card get well soon.
Give me a get well soon card and then cross out the get well and write happy birthday, and then it'll say happy birthday soon, and then the crisp $50 would be real nice. Thank you so much, Act David. I really appreciate that. I legitimately am going to imagine I got a card with a nice 50 saying happy birthday soon. That's the card I want to imagine. That's the card I'm picturing right now. But no, thank you very much, Act David. Act David? Act David. I'm pretty sure it's Act David. You know what? If it's not Act David, you're Act David Nay. Nay. Yeah, you're Act David Nay. Those are words that I can say. But no, happy birthday to 2 days. It's my birthday 2 days, and thank you very much for wishing me an early one, friend. I'm very worried someone's actually gonna like hear that and actually make the mistake of being like, oh, it's your birthday today. Yeah, it's my birthday 2 days. But anyway, so thank you very much, David. Pretty appreciate it, and I hope you have a great evening yourself. I will take your 50 right to Vegas, and you better believe there's only one thing I'm doing with that. Right in a stocks and shares investment account. No, but yeah, thank you very much. And also, I want to say, throw it out here while we're here. The kind of interesting thing is to me though, that because a lot of YouTubers are removing their old videos, something you used to be able to see of like almost any YouTuber is like where they came from and where they are now. And we've kind of gone to this phase where we're like, oh yeah, you can't ever show where you came from. Where you came from is this like dangerous place, this like thing that is going to this thing that's going to hurt you. And it's really worrying to me that we've gone to a stage where like we're trying to like remove our own history. Like I haven't done this myself yet. All my old videos are out there, including ones where I probably offend people. And where's one day I'm gonna call this now. One day I'm going to say something. It's gonna be an offhanded comment because that's all of my comments. And then there's gonna be one person who's like, no, Toy Cat, I'm gonna try and get you for this. And it's gonna work on a lot of people. And that's I think it's. I want to mention, again, it can happen to anyone at any time, all the time. But it's just a thing that makes you realize that, like, yeah, this is a... Also, we have to... Oh, never mind, no more gas. It was a thing that made me realize that, like, you know, this is a thing that everyone loses from. If people start removing their old videos, it just means now there is less stuff out there for you to enjoy. You know, you can't see... If you want to see someone's older stuff, it's gone now. And, this isn't like entirely. Oh god, they're gonna destroy the.
Happy birthday soon from your internet mom.
Hey.
Is your allowance and present.
Thank you so much. It is my birthday today. I'm glad you understand. Exactly. There we go. The high quality joke is not entirely lost. And also, yeah, thank you very much. Same money will go straight to the enjoyable things that I'll be doing in my time in the US soon. Which, by the way, can I mention? Because, you know, you live in the US yourself, Pookie. Like, at first I was like, oh yeah, like, this is, like, pretty much the same risk everywhere. But something that's been happening every day that I look at it, like, you know, the risk, effectively, of being in America, it's, like, going up and up and up and up and up. It's like, how is it even this high? How is this, like, even a thing that could be reached? It's, like, genuinely shocking to me. But that's probably just me being... crazy. That's probably just me looking at numbers and being paranoid, but like it's starting to like finally like weigh on me, and that's like as someone who try no. Okay, it's fine. As someone who like tries to like correct the cognitive biases in scary data, it's an especially thing that's been on my mind. There's people are removing their videos because of embarrassment, and it turned into a meme. But it removes from everyone. If everyone's like ashamed to, you know, like some people are just embarrassed, some people are like genuinely fearful people will come for their livelihood. It's something where like as the individual action that's been forced by the mob leads to everyone else being like worse off. And I was thinking about it as like this, you know, like what people think they're achieving is like, oh yeah, we are holding people to justice for the things that they did. What it's really saying is, if you ever did anything that might be considered out of line one day, you remove that stuff as soon as it happens. Like, and that's worrying because a lot of people don't think that the historical record is important. Because most things that most people do would never want to be referred back to. But like, what if you want to see, even right now, finding news stories from prior to like 1990 is kind of hard to do. There's you have to like go to a physical library, hope that it's archived, etc, etc, etc. Even in the internet age, there are things in the early days of the internet that are just gone. Like, think about like, I don't know, Vine, for instance. Every Vine ever is gone. It's not out there. I mean, you have to find a copy if it's popular, hopefully. And that's like what you rely on. There's no like archive of it all where you can find it all. And there's actually a lot of, this is like quite tragic actually. A lot of video games have gone missing, and just like in the time since it's been around, because they weren't backed up. They released as a game. Not many people bought that game, and now only those copies of the game that are out there, which are very few, exist. And like the struggle to archive human life is one that's like not very thought about very often, but it's something we're running up against now as like a real. We're running against more and more reasons to want to not archive your own stuff, and I think everyone should be encouraged to be like, hey, this is my stuff. I made it. I make better stuff than that now. But instead, we're at this like level where everyone has to pretend they're a perfect human being always. And if you weren't always a perfect human being, if you made one mistake, or not even a full mistake, like if you were not all the way as good as you are right now at some point in the past, it's like, oh, we got you good there. Like this is the thing that like gets me. Is like if we apply super strict standards to how people are going to be today, okay, at least you can kind of get on board with that. I would say it's kind of trying to patrol how people are going to behave, but trying to patrol the past versions of other people is like this really, really scary thing that we're starting to do. Oh no! Okay, I mind it. I've always got to mind Gilda Blackstone for Silk Touch Pickaxe, just to avoid stuff like that. It's scary. I don't want it to happen. I'm not gonna let it happen. Thank you very much, Cats. Should I try mine the Bastion after? Yes, and also Soviet boy, communism. Who would win? One well-designed system or one Soviet boy? Anyway, Are You Drunk says a lot of Russian Cyrillic characters that end with the word Russia in Cyrillic. You know what? I wish I do want to at some point do some more drink stream, but today is just I just have a singular drink. I assure you. I think the idea is if you wouldn't do it now, you shouldn't be letting your past self do it on your channel. See, there's something interesting to be said about that too, right? Like, if you, because you know, a lot of like movies or games or whatever, you know, like they have these like erroneous things in them, right? Like, so why would you let someone play something that's not, you know, great then? But I think seeing mistakes, you know, like it's kind of like, have you ever, okay, if you try to describe what happened, you know, like in, you know, like there's a lot of like things actually I'd say, but like there are certain parts of history where if you try to describe them, it's hard to comprehend. But if you watch like a speech of that man who was in 1939 Germany, it really drives it home much better than just being like, oh yeah, there was this like charismatic guy, and it's like, what does that really mean? You know, you know, a word is worth 1,000th of a picture or 1,000th of a video, or whatever. Also, we got a bunch of chiseled Blackstone. What a treat, right? And the problem with like, you know, and again, it's like on an individual level, it's clever. Like, yeah, of course, you want to hide that thing that you did that you don't want people to see it now because it's not good anymore. It was something at the time, but now you don't want them to see it. But the idea of like hiding old stuff from people then means that people will have this unrealistic impression that like people are, you know, things were always good. Like if movies, if you could never find a movie from before 1999, you wouldn't have seen the whole history of the cinema. And like some of the earliest movies, I think, like I don't know, I could be wrong about Charlie Chaplin, isn't he? Like he's either like he has strong views on racism one way or the other. Maybe he's either really strongly for or against racism. I don't know which one. I feel like he was against Hitler. I could be, maybe he was like pro that man in Germany from 1939. Cancel culture is very toxic and childish concept. It's the only reason it's foolish is because as humans, we like to think like good and evil is like the way you learn about things when you're young, right? Like there are good people and there are evil people. There are good things to do and there are evil things to do. But the reality is like there are good things to do, there are bad things to do. If you do enough of them, you can be vaguely defined as a bad person. But there are very few people who are like objectively awful, you know, the worst, etc., etc. In my opinion, at least, I've always seen it that way. And anyone who is bad, air quotes, can become better. Anyone who is good can be corrupted. When you assume that people are just good, you let them off the hook. Like, oh yeah, that person's good, so they can do no wrong. That's just as harmful as that person is bad, he can do no good. They're both just as dangerous concepts that lead to a lot of things going on. So, you know what else is a dangerous concept? My grandfather told me never to trust Germans. But you know what else is a dangerous concept? Forgetting that Toy Cat's birthday is in 2 days. Do you guys hear it? It's my birthday, 2 days. It's my birthday in 2 days. It's my birthday 2 days. Yeah, the don't start politics in the never, that won't go well. Yeah, my point was like, this is like it's a fundamental human like meme thing, right? Like it's our understanding of the world itself that we're like disagreeing with now about whether people can ever get better. Because a lot of the times you see someone that did something very bad a long time ago, and it's like, but that made them a bad person because they did the thing. Whereas what it should be is like, oh yeah, this thing that they did a long time ago, well, if they apologize, then that... and obviously, like, the counter-argument there is like, well, then if you say an apology is good enough, everyone will just always apologize for every bad thing that they do, right? But then at the same time, it's like, but when you see people apologize for bad things they do, you don't get to have your hate moment where you remove them from existence and you take away some stuff from them. But what you get instead is the much more valuable thing. If everyone looks at that and they go, oh, yeah, that wasn't good, and even the person who did it doesn't agree. Which should be ideally, like, how this is, right? Like, oh, yeah, that... You can maybe have, like, a permanent little asterisk. Like, this is not how it should be. This is just how it was. Because we can't ever, like... Cancel stop click, we should embrace personal growth, not stunt it. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what my point was. Like, we should... Everyone should look at people getting better and be like, that's what I want to be. I want to get better. Whereas right now the incentive system is like, I want no one to see that I was ever imperfect. Everyone, and because everyone has a slightly different definition of perfect, because like, even if you could like even if we could like get to the point where it's like, okay, we've removed the we're all just gonna try to be perfect all the time, but it's like, well, the reason good and evil don't exist, the reason there's no such thing as perfect, is because we don't have a universally agreed definition on what a perfect human being would even be, you know? But yeah, right, it's kind of interesting. Also, happy birthday! Happy early birthday, Toy Cat, and hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for my birthday. Like, I'm usually not a big birthday person. Recently, I've started being like, oh yeah, I might as well just use it as an opportunity to like, you know, it's one of the few opportunities that like a YouTube audience will forgive you if you do some like odd stuff on the channel. I feel like April Fool's on your birthday, and then maybe Christmas Day. You got those like 3 days where you can do whatever you want. My dad's been playing hide and seek for 17. Oh, wrong person. Can Scotch is about destroying things that people like, so hopefully those things don't exist. It's an interesting thing because again, it's like I said, the first observation you always notice from this is that people will only cancel things they didn't like in the first place. Like and people will never, you know, things that people actually liked, they won't generally go into. It's always people who are like, you know, I don't watch, you know, the Kardashians or whichever YouTube channel, Shane Dawson. But if that person is caught doing an awful thing, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna stop watching them so bad. But like, because that doesn't do it, you know, like that's, and then I'm gonna start telling other people like, yeah, you gotta stop watching this person. This person I was never watching in the first place, and I never would have like cared if I never would have like excitedly told you to watch anyway. But now I get to be like, yeah, you're actively doing bad things when you do it. Like we have this one of the things that like is kind of useful. Like we have this like societal guilt we can apply to things. Like if you, for instance, I don't know, what's a dumb one? Like if you what's something that's like really mildly harmful that people do all the time, we societally shame people about. There's probably some great example of like, oh yeah, did you know you shouldn't be doing that? And we're all like, yeah, that's not the greatest idea. But now we can start doing that for like shows. Like, oh, if you watch that show, you're actually supporting whatever else. What happened with your brand new door? I got an email, I think. Oh no, I might have dreamt it. I'm worried now. I got an email, either in my dreams or in real life, that said the door is on its way. I should check, shouldn't I? I should check. Not washing hands. There you go, right? Like, there's one where you gotta be like, we can apply a little bit of good old society of like, hey, you should be, you know, vaguely clean or whatever else. And then you do that, and it's kind of good. You know, like after you, or like before you touch someone, like do a little hand sanitize, you know, whatever, something like that. It makes everyone better as a whole in exchange for like, oh, policing that little behavior. But like when you police like the idea of like what entertainment other people get to enjoy, because there is a part of all of us that would love, like, I would love if everyone else only watched the things that I enjoy. There's a part of me that would love that if I could be like, hey, did you know I've been watching The Umbrella Academy recently? Because obviously my birthday's in 2 days, so I've got a I don't know how I'm gonna link that in, but I've been watching The Umbrella Academy again because I loved it on my first watch through, and there's season 2 coming out, so I'm watching it again. I would love it if everyone had watched that, so if I talk about it, like everyone would just get it, you know? It'd be nice, and it's like, why are people watching, you know, let's pick like a YouTuber or something. Like, why are people watching this James Charles speller on YouTube and his makeup videos when they could be watching The Umbrella Academy so that when I make Umbrella Academy references, they get it? Why are people watching, what's a show I hate on Netflix? There's gotta be one. You know, there's, no wait, there's like a few Netflix originals that just suck so bad. Why are people watching those Netflix originals? The Office. I like The Office a little bit, actually. The Umbrella Academy, so well done. I agree. Also, what places do you suggest in London I go to? When are you heading to London, Mr. Pro Sniper Boy? Because that's going to change a lot about my opinion about what you go to. For instance, me on my birthday, which is in 2 days, I would love to go to, you know, like, there's a few places I'm a big fan of. But I've actually got a whole second channel video about things not to do in London. Death Note, but the Netflix one. I really like that Death Note Netflix one because it's so bad, but I just, like, I'll consume any Death Note, like, any like, remake of Death Note, no matter how bad. I'm, like, so into the series that I'll watch it, you know? Like, no matter how bad you tell me it is, the concept is so appealing, you literally can't ruin it. Like, you could show me a Minecraft YouTube video based around, you know, like, one of those, like, cringy, like, oh, hey, I'm in Minecraft, and I'm gonna do some voice acting over it, and for some reason, this is what entertainment is nowadays. You could give me one of those videos, you know, like, one of those weirdly scripted things, and I'd be like, yeah, this is, I'm gonna watch it. Not because I think it's good, but because I just want to consume all the content. Like, because I like that concept so much. I really know that different version. Sorry, I have to unsubscribe now. Again, it's objectively awful, right? Like, it's not a well put together piece of content. Like, actually, I would say it's like someone had an idea how to make a movie, and then they kind of just threw Death Note in there as like a asterisk, like, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, you watch anime. I actually, again, it's so weird to explain. Like, I don't watch anime. I've watched Death Note though, and it's, even if you're a guy who's like, I don't watch anime too, because, you know, like, what Japanese animation, so different to Western animation. Maybe you just don't watch it because it's too different and confusing to you. There's so much Gilded Blackstone in this fortress. I'm so lucky. But Death Note's like the one anime I always recommend. Like, yep, that's the premise right there. That's the thing you gotta watch. The Floor is Lava is a Netflix show that I think sucks. Oh my god. Okay, Pookie Helms. That is literally like tip of my tongue. That's like a show that's like, oh, why? Who is watching this and why? Who is this for? Like, it's a Netflix game show, and it's so painfully over the top, like fake, like, oh, you know, just admit that the lava is, you know, red tinted water, and that when you fall in it, you know, like, we just remove, like, why do we have to pretend? And I guess it's like for kids or whatever, like, but just, it pained me so much, and like, everyone acts like it's impossible to, you know, that show, like, it's not even like, the premise is like, oh yeah, like that game you play, and then the execution is just like generally mad. Why are people watching The Floor is Lava on Netflix when I make perfectly good YouTube videos in and around my birthday, which is in 2 days, by the way? Minecraft Death Note actually exists. Search it up. Should we watch some Minecraft Death Note videos together? Minecraft Death Note. No way! 8 months ago. It's a mod, and then someone made a note block song for the Death Note theme. Wait, you gotta listen to this together. They did it. They absolutely did it, and that's beautiful. And then there's and then there's a Minecraft roleplay by Dr. Meatball that has 3,000 views. Oh my god. Why is this a... Man, you know what? This is what I love about YouTube. I literally named the 2 most unlinkable things in the world. And I found a mod, I found a Noteblock song, and I found a roleplay. I didn't find one of those 3 things. I found all 3 of them. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We absolutely should watch it. It's a 38-minute video. Like, I kind of feel bad for a guy putting 38 minutes into his Death Note thing. But yeah, humanity is saved. Humanity is indeed saved. I think people just watch one episode of Throws Lava, then become disappointed. It's such a like, it would be such a fun show to play, but clearly what it is, I can actually tell you, as someone who like makes stuff sometimes, I can tell you the problem with the Floor is Lava is they had a really cool concept, and then they like came in and recorded it, and it took maybe 2 minutes per round, and they're like, we have 6 minutes of footage. How do we turn this into a Netflix show? And they're like, what if we paused it a whole bunch and we had an announcer, and then we did a bunch of replays over and over again? And it's like, yeah, that sounds great. Also, what you're saying is I should watch Umbrella Academy. It's exactly what I'm saying. Thoughts on Death Note the musical? Love it. It was actually my introduction to the story. Oh, I didn't know there was a musical. I know there's like a Japanese live, like, when I watched the series, I felt so unsatisfied with the ending of Death Note. I was like, I need more of this and better. Like, this needs like, I want a different version of this. I don't want this, I want something better. Like, it was really good. Like, I actually liked the ending. I just felt like, I felt there wasn't enough of what I wanted in there. Like, I was like, someone can make this again, but with like my little twist on there or whatever. My 6-year-old loves The Floor is Lava. It's for kids, says Mark Steele. Yeah, that's honestly, like, so much of that show, my problems with that show can be explained by, oh yeah, this is for kids. This is for people with short attention spans. This isn't made for, like, you to critique as a beautiful little thing. But then, why do they have, like, you know, again, let's not question it too much. Let's just say, what are your thoughts on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I really need to watch it sometime. My editor really likes it. Or like Cameron really likes it. I have more editors, so I've got to clarify which editor likes it. Cameron's a big fan of it, and like he watches it with his girlfriend. I don't know if he's meant to. He watches it with someone close in his life that is a girl and a friend, and therefore like that makes me wanna like give it a whirl, you know. Toilet Cat must drink a lot of tequila before reading our comments. Honestly, I think I would get in trouble. Like, someone would be like, oh, Toy Cat, this is a bad impression. But I think a really great idea now would be, like, you know, drink Q&A Saturday, but, like, every question we take a shot or something dumb like that. They'd be entirely incoherent responses by the end of that one. But, yeah, I think I'd enjoy that one a lot. What other anime have you watched? I watched one about a witch in a bathtub and she could turn into a cat, I think, maybe. Oh, no, she could turn into, like, an axe. She was a weapon, but she was also, like, a cute anime girl for some reason. I wasn't, like, a biggest fan of that. I watched a bit of Ruby, but, like, I think I ran out, and there's only, like, 2 minutes released every week, I think, at the time I was watching it, and I was like, this isn't, like, that good, you know? It's not like wait every week to come up with. Also, incoherent responses, so your usual. Oh, I mean, entirely correct. But also, ooh. Soul Eater. Hey, there you go. Hand fetishes, welcome. Oh my god. Of course, you're the sort of guy who, you know, with a username like that, of course you like a show about a cute anime girl who turns into an axe. Yeah, you know, this is disappointing. Everything about today is disappointing. Just like how my birthday, which is in 2 days. I'm disappointed at the idea that I can't, like, have a normal birthday, which makes sense. Obviously, there's things happening in the world right now. Those things, very big deals of things. Paying my first Tokyo tax in time for your birthday. Took me a while using Google surveys, 10 cents at a time, but I love the streams of vids. Hey, Susano Bocarino. I always think that's so cool when people, like who use, like, the opinion rewards as their way of getting these. Because first of all, it says that, like, obviously, like, you kind of have to work a lot, like, mini surveys. Second of all, it's like, thank you. That means you can only, like, do one super chat, and you're like, yeah, that's for you, Toy Cat. I know, it's something nice. It's, I've said this before, and it sounds like a dumb... Of course, you'd say that, Toy Cat, because that's a way to get our stuff. But, like, when you give money towards someone, it's like, hey, here is a finite resource. Use this to make yourself happy. I bought myself some Nando's before this. That Nando's made me happy. It cost me money, but it brought me happiness in exchange. Also, Kat says, are you going to buy a cat soon? I'm not going to buy a cat because I'm moving around so much in the next 6 months. But I would like to buy a cat soon, which is basically the same thing as just buying a cat soon. Also, JoJo Kills overrated. I watched Dragon Ball LOL. I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was younger, but like, I've never had the desire to return to it, you know? Like, I watched Digimon again, like, which is kind of like a Western, I know there's a few shows I've gone back and watched, but like, again, as a concept, I'm not like more into Japanese animation than any other animation. First of all, Toy Cat Tax, obviously. Second of all, I just want to say I'm glad I found you again. I watched you during the Xbox 360 TU updates. You've been around for a while. You're the, I guess technically speaking, that might not be for a while. You've been around somewhere between a long time and a very long time. So that's pretty cool. It really is a shame about the way the console edition went. I'm always grateful that my channel, like, even survived that transition. Okay, but first of all, I find it very cool that you've been here since those days. Second of all, I want to say that it's cool that you're subscribed and you like refound the channel. That's always a cool thing to hear is working. Also, Devon LG, welcome to the Cheap Cat Club. I think I responded to your question in Q&A Saturday, right? Am I getting that right, or are you just is it like your YouTube comments every day? I've been around for a year and I still feel new. That's the wacky thing about YouTube channels, right? Like the kind of like age, the length that you follow a YouTube channel can vary so much. Like 3 months can be old, it can be new, depending on the length of a channel. And I feel like one of the big, not disadvantages, but weird things about running a channel for this long is just how many. It's just like, I don't know, like the age of your channel has like upsides and downsides to go along with it. I wish it was all upsides, but obviously, I guess people who make people who just start YouTube today are glad that they have huge upsides of having new channels. You know, honestly, the biggest downside is when people go back and watch your old videos and they're like, yeah, I've been watching since that first video you made. It's like, no, 0 people are around since that video. Don't try and trick me, friendies. Like, I always find that funny when people like try to, because I know that no one is, because it's just like it's factual. You can see how long someone's been subscribed for. But people are like, oh yeah, I've been watching since then. It's like, why do you need to pretend? Why do you need to? Speaking of things we need to pretend about, it's my birthday in 2 days. It's my birthday in 2 days. It's my birthday in 2 days. And Addy Tosks says, Toy Cat's looking kind of cute today. You know, I need more comments like this, my ego. Thank you very much. Very appreciated. If I could go back in time, I'd watch your channel when it was created. Now, if you could go back in time and watch my channel when it was created, you'd be like, oh yeah, this sucks compared to what is happening today. Like, sometimes I watch people's YouTube videos and I'm like, why did you do this? But then I realized, like, I had no idea how to make videos for the first few years I was here. Like, I tried to watch some of my videos sometimes and I'm like, this runs at like 8 frames a second. Why did I upload this? Did I think people wouldn't notice? Or what's the scoop, you know? And it's just that thing about trying to make like a minute. Oh, I heard some XP be picked up. Trying to make like the minimum, you know, thing you can that is functional. You look really cute in your liquid meals video. Oh, that's lighting. I've got like I've moved some of my old stream lighting downstairs for when I record videos down there. So it's a whole thing. Hey Toy Cat, many people have been curious since your Christian Realm video, but I missed the answer. Are you religious? Says Octoman Uno. I am. I think, like, honestly, like my official position is like, no one can know for sure. Like, if you're the sort of person who's like, oh yeah, religion is numb. You can't know for sure there's a man in the sky. you can't be 100% sure there's no deity of some form. Like that's just as dumb as saying there definitely is. When you're talking about things we can't prove or disprove, you just gotta kind of look at them and be like, could be real. I think the best things to do is to look at religion and be like, what parts of this would make a person better? And then you can try and do those things. And every religion has a few things. Like, I think almost every religion, most of the book is put together to try and make people better individuals. So it's like, to me, the thing you've got to do is you got to look at them and you got to look at like, so why would someone else want to tell, like, if there's a religious rule against like eating pork, which both like Jews and Muslims are against, it's like, why would someone want someone else to do this? Why? Because how old will you be turning? A quarter century old, Pro Sniper Boy. A quarter century in 2 days. But we're gonna trade out our pickaxe, by the way. We're gonna go switch it out for another one. But yeah, there's an interesting thing where like the real value you can look at in like I would say this is true for any human endeavor. Look at laws, look at religions, look at even like company rules or like school rules. Every rule has behind it, like even when you see a sign in a bathroom, right? Have you ever seen a sign that's like no squatting on the potty or something like that? Or like no flushing pajamas down the toilet? And you're like, why did they put a sign up saying no flushing pajamas down the toilet? Like, intuitively, it should be true that you should not flush pajamas down toilets. Intuitively, it should be true that you should not kill people. You know, this is my position, at least. I am anti-murder. It's a bold stance to take, but I'm willing to do so. It's intuitive to most people that you shouldn't kill another human being because you're putting out their life. But, like, why do we have laws that say don't kill someone? Why do we have religions that say don't kill someone? Why do we have, you know, why would someone try to convince someone else not to do that? And the answer is because, like, oh yeah, when someone kills someone, they get some small benefit, but the damage done is like, you know, to the community or whatever set of words you want to describe that as. That damage is huge. Like, oh yeah, everyone else, yeah, their family is suffering a whole bunch. You know, anyone who like cares about them, and you know, that's before you even consider like, oh, and that person that you just killed, they're dead now. You know, when you kill someone, they stop being alive. That sucks. And that's why I think, like, every set of rules that exist that humans confine themselves to, or that humans confine others to, there's usually some reason behind all of them. And there's also, sadly, this is true for laws, this is true for signs on the sides of toilets telling you not to flush your pajamas down them. This is true for religions. But every set of rules that someone tries to convince you to follow also has people who would abuse that rule to... Because, you know, like, the reality is, there are some humans who are very vindictive, who just enjoy, like, making it, you know, like, making people unable to do stuff. You see this all over the world. What's your opinion on mandatory face masks as hypothetics? I think it's an interesting example of, like... Because the debate around it is all very much... Oh yeah, the way face masks work is you gotta wear them. That's the only choice. And people are like, oh yeah, it's not infringing on your freedom to wear a mask. And it's like, it is infringing on your freedom to force you to wear a mask if you otherwise wouldn't. It's, you know, it's a small infringement, but it's a infringement. But instead, the way you've got to look at it is like, oh yeah, we believe it's worth making this small infringement into people's safety in certain circumstances, because it's been proven that some percent, we don't think it's very high, but like some percentage less spread happens as a result. So that, like, I think it's like, I think it's a worthwhile cause or whatever. I just think it's like poorly communicated. Because like, you get a lot of people who are like, I'm never gonna wear one. And the simplest response is just like, okay, whatever, man, rolls your eyes. What's your favorite Never Update block? I like Gilded Blackstone a lot because everyone else like criticizes me for liking it, and therefore I like it more. I just joined it now. I'm flushing my pajamas down toilets and killing people. See, but like, it's not gonna kill anyone if you flush your pajamas down the toilet. It just like gives someone else another job. Something I've known like since I was young, because everyone, you know, have you ever heard the idea of like a tattletale, someone who like tells on you? And it seems dumb, right? The idea of like, why? Surely someone breaking the rules is something that should be enforced. It's like, well, rules are there to stop people from doing bad things. If someone egregiously breaks a rule, you can tell them that there was like a strict thing telling them they shouldn't have done that thing. But then there are some people who just enjoy like there is like a class of human being who enjoys enforcing rules on other people. And you can tell this because my least favorite example, you know, there was always that person. There was always someone who was like, oh yeah, you know, when there's a victim in a crime, of course, someone's gonna go tell someone. But like, do you ever have like, I don't want to call them like snitches or whatever, like people who would be like, this guy hasn't done his homework. You know, if you get away with it, and they're like, you know, I don't want him to get away with it. I want him to suffer. The fact that there are people out there like that shows you that, like, even though rules are a good thing, trying to tell people to do things will result in good consequences. There are people who will, because, you know, like, it's fine enough to say, like, oh yeah, this person broke this rule, they should receive the punishment for whatever breaking this rule is. But it's also another thing to say, like, oh yeah, we can write rules that we know everyone shouldn't be doing, but only certain people are not doing. This is how certain parts of the US is very, you know, like, biased towards one group of people over another. You work out laws that no one should be doing anyway, but also a particular group is doing way more and is easy to catch doing it. And then boom, you've got a system for systemic abuse of just a fair, you know, even a fair rule can be enforced unfairly. And that's why, like, every set of rules out there, like, whether it's religion, whether it's, you know, like, whether it's the sign on the toilet saying not to flush your pajamas down there, every single rule. Also, thank you, Toycat is yes, cutie. Like the police. Yeah, so, like, right now in America, there's a big, like, anti-police movement going on. And that's because most of the times you interact with the police, it's like, oh yeah, this is someone who just has a power complex, who enjoys being able to they enjoy telling me what to do. And that's what a lot of it is. There are a lot of people who become police officers because they want to make the world a better place. At least in the UK. I don't know about your town or city in America. There might generally be police departments where every single you know, person who works there is a horrible human being, or whatever. But like, generally speaking, there's like some people who want to make the world a way better place. There's people who just are there because, you know, like, I'm just here so I get paid. Because in reality, that's why people do a lot of jobs. And then there's going to be some people. Also, thank you very much to Thou Shouldn't Eat Pork is prehistoric understanding of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's to do with you got a bunch of, like, there's a bunch of diseases that pork has that things don't have. You could imagine it because chicken didn't used to be widespread before like the 1960s or so. You can imagine if chicken was really common, we might have had a like thou shan't eat chicken, because if you eat chicken raw, salmonella's like a bad thing, I hear. You know, like if people were getting salmonella a bunch, you could, instead of telling people, oh yeah, cook your chicken, because a lot of people will just not cook their chicken or they won't cook it properly. Instead, you say it is a sin to eat chicken, and then you could do some real good stuff. It's like with I don't know, like when you right now a lot of people are refusing to go on a lot of different things because they're like extra worried. You say, oh yeah, never go within 2 meters of another human being. In reality, it's like, don't be within 2 meters of another human being while talking, laughing, coughing, or like whatever else. Like, well, maybe even breathing. I'm not too sure. But that's like scary. So what it is people just have it built in their brains that being anywhere within 2 meters of someone, danger zone. Try and be in and out of there as fast as possible. Which is a good like heuristic to apply. Like, if the actual realities of situations are hard to learn, so we have to simplify them down to catchy rules, and it's not so unfair in my opinion. And then when someone does eat chicken and gets sick, everyone believes it's a sin, says Pian. Exactly right. Like, you can, if you make up a reason for something and then you make up the end result, the reality is you can do that for pretty much anything. It's like one of the things we developed like a while back, like when the plague was big, is that if you sneezed, the devil was inside of you. You should try Change My Mind in Minecraft realms. Change My Mind in Minecraft realms, like, I hate your realm, change my mind. I'll be like, oh yeah, I hate how Guild of Blackstone looks, change my mind. I'm not sure how you're saying it, but it's a possible thing. But Yeah, here's an interesting thing. We used to think that like if you sneeze, that was the devil like coming out of you, and that's why people say like, you know, God bless you, bless you. You know, they're like they're blessing you because there is a thing inside you. We used to like when we hear someone like sneeze or whatever, we're like, oh, that person's dangerous, and it's not entirely correct, but also it's more handy than not doing it, and so the heuristic sticks. We all stick to the idea that like, oh yeah, it's real dangerous. Also, 2 Good of Blackstone next to each other. We've got so much of this now. Like, we are such a treat, all of the Good of Blackstone we got. But then, like, by believing that the devil were inside the people who are sneezing, like, you avoid them more, and you avoid diseases, and it has a positive impact on your life. Like, one of the biggest lies, I'd say, in, like, any intelligent community, one of the biggest, like, struggles is, like, should you lie to people if it encourages them to lead a better life? Like, sometimes doing the wrong thing can be the right thing, and doing the right thing can be the wrong thing. If you tell people factually correct, like hypothetically, right? If actually, here's a really fun one. So masks, you know, oh god, you know, the same masks that are mandatory. Those masks, we don't know with 100% certain. Like, actually, I think right now the data's probably out there. But when this current disease was spreading really wildly, the UK government they didn't lie. They gave selective data to people that said, if you wear a mask, it barely reduces other people's safety of you, and it won't reduce like your transmission from other people is about, you know, like it's not going to be changed. And that allowed the UK, you know, because our hospitals are like owned by the government, that allowed the UK to buy up about all the masks without people buying them, so that, like, you know, nurses and people looking after sick people could have masks. The number of people whose lives were saved by the government stepping in and being like, oh yeah, it's fine, you don't need masks, so they could buy all the masks, was a lot. But also, you're lying to people, and some people who didn't buy a mask, trusting their government, would have died as a result, right? Like, they would have caught it because they didn't have a mask on, etc. And, like, but the reality is there's, like, deaths on both sides you've got to wear, and you've got to be like, oh, man, that's a rough one, right? Like, who's the moral authority who can make that choice about which set of lives is more important? The lives of the nurses working to make people better, or the lives of the people who are willing to, you know, pick up a thing so they can shelter themselves because they are already vulnerable, you know? And there's some answers there's like, there's no real easy way. Safety or freedom, what should be the priority? It depends on the situation, right? Like, you want safety and freedom. You want to have both wherever possible. Sometimes we trade freedom for safety, but it rarely ever seems to work out as a good trade. Like, the problem with trading freedom for safety is that, like, freedoms get given up forever for temporary safeties, you know? Like, you can never be truly safe, but you can, and maybe you can never be truly free either. But it's a real bad trade-off to make, because the simplest way to get safety, the simplest way to feel safe at least, is trust. And if we believe that giving up freedom gives you safety, then no one needs trust anymore. And so we need to give up more freedom. Like, it's like thoughts on Boris Johnson. He is a Prime Minister of the UK. That's my high quality take. Oh, my drink fully melted, so it just tastes like water now. I'm gonna eat the cherry now, actually. You know, let's enjoy a cherry. Oh, it's like I don't know if cherry bakewells are big in other parts of the world, but it's like a cherry bakewell cherry. Oh, that's good. That's good. Someone says I think he's right about Boris Johnson. You know what? I had an epiphany. I might be right. But yeah, no. So the thoughts on people. The reality is like those who trade liberty for security have neither. I've heard that quote as those who trade liberty for security deserve neither. It's your quote's much less than that. But here's an interesting example, right? When you get on a international train, people are really shocked that there's no security. They're like, so someone could just blow it up at any moment. And the answer is yes, right? The answer is anyone can blow up a train at any moment. People think that because we have to go through like such processes to get licenses and like because of all these things, it's like, oh yeah, so the roads are entirely safe because they're filled with people with licenses. There's so many different examples of like a minor inconvenient. Like what I'm trying to say is if you ignore trust, if you replace trust with a hard and fast system, it sounds really good on some level, but then it also erodes the trust we have altogether. Like here's an interesting example. In the UK, if you want to catch a train, unlike most other European countries, and I think even like in America, this isn't commonly true, but if you want to catch a train in the UK, you need a ticket. You like to get past barriers, you need them. But in most parts of the world, you buy the ticket and then you get on the train, and sometimes there's a ticket inspector. It's like more trust-based. It feels like trust-based. And both systems have their downside. The trust-based system will like make people believe that it's not worth buying a ticket until they get caught. I've had so many people like, because in London it's there's some things that are like kind of the opposite, and people just don't buy tickets, and one day they get caught, and they're like, oh, that's why you buy tickets. I've had friends get caught so many times about tickets because they're just like, oh, I mean, unlike the rest of the UK, it's not required, right? Like when you remove trust from the system, people never develop it. And I think developing trust, developing your faith in your humanity is a good thing. Even though I hate humans, they're the worst. Can't stay for long, but good luck. Love the content. Thank you, Biggie Cheese. Really appreciate it. You know what? If you can't stay for long, that means that you'll miss my birthday, which is in 2 days, by the way. And that is a tragedy. That is a tragedy. This is a TED Talk, but it's someone mining a bastion. Have you ever considered why I'm mining a bastion? Like, are we really making progress, or is the progress making us? That totally makes sense. Never trust the government. See, the thing is, though, is like the idea of never trust the government is like again, it's like a valuable enough heuristic. Like, yeah, why you don't need to always, always trusting the government is bad. That's for sure. But I think never trust the government is a dangerous one, because the truth is every single thing that a government does is based on whichever voters made that policy a thing. Like, the reason the government is such a mess is because it's a collection of not just every citizen in your country, but every citizen who has ever voted in your country. The collection of all of their wants and desires makes this big unit that in reality is just, it's unwieldy. Like, if you ever look up how tax laws work, it's ridiculous how many exceptions there are. Like, did you know if I earn money, like, oh yeah, I pay tax on that, right? Well, unless I earn certain amounts. Well, that's kind of nice. And unless I earn that money via my money. If I earn my money like working as a doctor and I make $1 million a year, I earn a different tax rate than if I'm earning $1 million a year by just investing my money. What's the deal with that? If I earn my money and I'm blind, I pay a different tax rate. If you're a farmer, you can subsidize losses like for more years, etc. And we just give you money. Like, people like laugh at the idea of like UBI, like the government just giving you money. We've had it for farmers forever. Like, that's a thing we just do for them. Because every like voting group is different and bought by different ideas. You know, like, people like to believe there's just one group of citizens. Like, oh yeah, there's just, especially when you're young, you're really torn to just thinking, oh yeah, there's just people. But like, people are lots of different groups that are like generally bought off at different points in time. At least some very wacky situations. When is IVX Toycat evolving to the Queen of England? I wish I was the Queen of England. I would have a much nicer crown than I do right now. Are you and Pixel Riffs collabing? I paid the Toycat tax. What makes you think that we are, Mr. MCMFG? He did give me an offer, and I'm curious to hear what it is, but he hasn't spoken to me directly yet. But it sounds like a lot of fun. A few people have asked for that to be a thing. But thank you for the Toycat tax, Mr. MCMFG. I hope you enjoy that. Think about this. This is why the Toycat tax is beautiful, right? The rules of the Toycat tax is simple. Do you feel like giving your boy Toycat some money? If so, pay a tax. Do you not feel like giving your boy Toycat some money? Feel free not to. Like supporting things you like on online. Who wants to do that? That's a lot of effort. You have to like, you know, over here, not even required. Not even, we don't even like ever politely say, hey, yeah, it's been 10 minutes since I last asked you to give my money. Where's my money? What I say is it's been 10 minutes since I last said it's my birthday. By the way, it's my birthday in 2 days. 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 What do you think of the new Never soundtrack, says Parisevich? I like it a lot. Also, Siatsen Toycat donation to reduce Toycat tax. Honestly, I've always thought the smartest thing, like all the government has to do is just have a little form on there being like, here is the place where you can, if you'd like to, you know, chip in, pay a little more tax, you know? Like, you feel like doing that? You're feeling generous today? Like, I would love to know the statistics on how many people would literally give money to the government versus, you know, like, directly, as opposed to, like, other charities. Because that'd give you a good intonation as to, like, well, how, you know, like, if charities make X amount and the government, oh, like, as to how people, like, want to give money to something, right? Should real taxes work like Toycat tax? Probably not. Probably. Actually, again, I would love to see a country that does that, but right now we don't see them. E-mugging is back, says Dan Barrow. You know, you're right. Rather than not asking you money, let's just go back to it. Hey, this is an e-mugging. Get your hands up. Get your credit card out. Type in the 16 numbers on the front and the 3 on the back at streamlabs.com/toycat. Hey, this is an e-mugging. You think you're getting away from this? You think this doesn't include you? You're being e-mugged right now too. This is the best, but like, again, people say e-begging's a thing. I think e-mugging is much more effective. I think this is the single most effective way of doing things. Because you know, you could wait politely till people feel like they want to support you, or you could force people to support you by e-mugging right now. You haven't typed in those details yet. Puts up my e-hands. Anyway, fun fact, chat. I have a cool announcement actually. So again, I don't talk about the tipping thing too much. I just mention on YouTube takes 30%. On Streamlabs, they take I think 5%, but like that's payment processing fees. But I have a cool news for those who like supporting the channel or who have never done it before because they can't, because PayPal is now supported by my Streamlabs. I've got a PayPal account all set up there. If you wanna tip via PayPal because you think, you know what, this Toycat fella sure does need money to buy cherries and glasses. I stole this glass. I didn't buy it. I'll be honest with you. You know what? I've got a confession to make. Stealing is a crime, but I did in fact steal this glass. You know, this e-mugging has please don't hurt my ego. This e-mugging. Okay, take my money. Happy early birthday. Hey, thank you, How Hate Siemens. Thank you for paying up after that e-mugging. You know what? I like you. You're gonna be. Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you because of that. That's how nice I am. I'm also not gonna hurt everyone else, but I'm not gonna hurt you specifically. You know. Also, thank you very much to Devon. Thank you. Welcome to Toycat Talk Show. It is kind of like a talk show sometimes. Please, I have a family, says Will Robertson. You know, you might think you have a family, but that's why you need to give me all your e-money. And thank you very much for doing precisely just that. But yeah, I'm really, I think it's really cool that we have a, I think it's pretty cool that we're now, able to support PayPal. Because, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't like using my card online. I like using PayPal. And it kind of makes sense. Like, PayPal feels more right than other stuff. Also, did you know Elon Musk, one of the founders of PayPal? You might think that's crazy, but it's true. Toycat can't pay for his own glasses. We have to give him money to buy his own. Right, like, I can't afford my own glasses, and the only way I can get it is by you going to streamlabs.com/toycat. That's my sales pitch. Just keep directing people there. This is an e-mugging. You think I'm gonna stop talking about e-mug? Yeah. I was earlier I was like, yeah, I don't ever do that, and now I'm proving myself wrong by exclusively talking about it. Also, Toycat the Bandit. Thank you, Mischievous. It's good to see you. You could say I was very mischievous just then. I really hope, by the way, your last name is Chivas. If your last name is... Oh, God, no, it's going to block my... Okay, it's not. It's fine. Oh, God, that's bad. That's not good for anyone. Oh, that's not good for me either. But, Also, Parisovich says, you just made my Sunday, dudes. You know what? Happy Sunday. Wait, is it Sunday? Wait. Oh, happy Sunday! Yay, happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday in the do. Happy Sunday, you're new. Thank you, Valkyrie Blackball, by the way. But yeah, if you think Toycat's muted, maybe you're muted. It's muted. No, what it is, it's one of those like famous stream trolls. Like you say your mic muted, and then people go, "Wow, is it really?" But like the pro tip is like if you do it on a streamer that's like, if someone's been streaming for more than like a week, they're familiar with it. So it's like a troll that doesn't really work because it's so widespread. It's like the boy who cried wolf or whatever, you know. Or it's like a better example is like if someone says, "Hey Toycat, your hair is on fire," I'm not gonna believe you. But if you say, "Hey Toycat, your face cam is turned off," I'll be like, that is something that's happened today by accident. For the glasses fund. You know, I'm gonna have the best glasses after this. Honestly, the problem with glasses is you have to buy them in packs of like 4 usually. But I like having a bunch of unique glasses. Like there's something like nice about that. Like having uniform glasses is like a thing. But you know it's way more fun? Having every glass be different. And if every glass has got a story about where you stole it from, it's just much more fun in my opinion. One day someone's gonna stop me and they're gonna be like, "Hey Toycat, you gotta stop stealing glasses." And I'm gonna say, you know what? No. See, there, like, if like the Bible, business rules, and the law says it's not okay to steal, but does that mean that I shouldn't? The answer is yes. I really shouldn't. Siatskin said, Siatskin said, Siatskin said, Siatskin said, yeah. Thank you very much, friend. Also, it's Sunday. It's Sunday in the UK, I should say. Obviously, honestly, you know, everyone knows time zones are relative. The interesting thing about time zones is because there's more than 24 of them, like there should be 24, but because humans are weird, there's 25. It's never the same day for the whole planet at the same time. Why are the 2 words in English glasses, sunglasses, and things you drink out of? Oh yeah, like, I always get confused with glasses too, like, I need some glasses. It's like, you gotta be more specific, friend. Hey, can I get you to say...
Hey, can I get you to say apple?
Is this a stream joke? Oh no, this is the same guy. Carson Purvis is just... He's a man who knows what he wants. He's willing to drop $20 on me saying the word. Apple. There you go. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy that. You're welcome, Carson. You're welcome. No, I have a story. I'd like to tell everyone about this, because I'm like generally a little bit mad about this. Like, I've mentioned this before, but like, there's very few things you can do as a friend that are like genuinely rage-inducing to me. But one of the worst things is like not respecting, like, you know, like if you mess up, just admit you messed up and then try to make it right. That's all you've got to do. Like, there are some people who are like, oh yeah, there are some crucial mistakes you can never make, and like, in reality, there's not a lot of that for me. But I have a friend. I mentioned before. He's done something similar to this to me before, but this is like the worst he's ever done it. So I've got a friend. He's also my plumber. He's a very bad plumber, so I guess glad that he's just being my friend instead of my plumber on this one. Toycat gets $20. Says you're welcome. Says someone random 89. Wait. Thank you. You're well. You know. Yeah. That's how that one works. That's how that one works. You know, see how much you can give me, and I'll just say you're welcome. I bet it's higher than you think it is. I bet you it's higher than you think it is. Yeah. So I've got a friend, and he agreed a long time ago, like 2 weeks ago, that he'd show up to my like you know, my little birthday thing, that was gonna be yesterday, right? Also, mostly Ghosty, it's good to see you. And yes, it is Jeff. I wasn't gonna call him out, but clearly you did. So, my good friend Jeff, or maybe not so good friend, he agreed to go to like my birthday thing, and we said, oh yeah, we'll be in London. We'll be in London on you know, like 8 PM or whatever. And oh my god, by the way, I'm gonna I saw this too soon. It's gonna take like a few seconds to show up, I think. Where is it? Whatever. You know, Super Chat's very slow. Also, Taito Cat, why don't you have a Netherite pickaxe? I'm going for a lot of them, so I think using it is a questionable idea. That's my idea. Yeah, right. I'm gonna quickly just take a drink.
You finally said it. This is Gamer.
You're welcome. There you go. You think I wouldn't do it? You think I wouldn't do it, friends? Yeah, there you go. No, Carson Purvis. I'm mind blown by like every time. Like his favorite thing, like every time he tips $20 and says say Apple, and when I do it, he's like, yeah, there's the stuff I want. I mean, different strokes for different folks. Am I right? Some people like what they like, which is a very true statement. You can say anything is what it is, and then it's a correct thing. And apparently that's a thing. But yeah, also I have a Netherite pickaxe. Yeah, fun fact. Sir, paperweight with the collect moments, not things. I point out the irony to my friend. My friend then stole it. Great moment. Okay, collect moments, not things is such a dumb thing to put on a, especially a paperweight too, right? Like that's just a thing that exists. Okay, you know, I'm real mad about the concept of paperweights. Like paperweights are, you know, things that you put on paper, whatever. What a dumb concept. Who's ever like, oh yeah, my paper really needs to be weighed down. If only there was a thing for this. No, you're just in the store and you need to buy too much. This is something ethical consumption under capitalism gone wrong. Am I right? No, but it's like it's really dumb in my opinion. The concept of a paperweight alone, like door stopper, yes. Pen, sure. Paper, you know, we need to write on things sometimes. But like paperweight, Also, I saw a it was like a photo frame or something that was like, I want to go back to a simpler time, and it was a photo of like Europe during 1941 or something. And it's like, did they know what they did? Someone knew what they did here. There's no way they didn't know what was happening. Would have not happened to the plumber friend house, says Marissa. Okay, we're gonna finish the plumbing friend story. I'm gonna do it now. For all of you, let's do this. So, anyway, so my friend agreed to meet me. I think I originally said at 9 p.m. At a certain place in London. And it's like, and then like 3 days before, I said, oh yeah, it's gonna be 7 p.m. And he's like, yep, sounds good. On the day, I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna meet us there at 7 p.m., right? And then the friend is like, yeah, I'll meet you there at 7. And then he like agrees to it. And I tell him, and he's like, oh yeah, and then he even says explicitly, oh yeah, I'll meet you guys there. So 7 p.m. arrives, we get to the station. I'm actually there like 10 minutes late, I gotta admit. It was like 7:15. I get there, I meet my other friends. And my friend, who I'm not gonna call out, he's not there. He is conspicuously missing from this station. And then so we go to a place nearby and we're like, okay, we'll wait for you here. You know, he's clearly just stuck in traffic or something. So what happens is 9 p.m. rolls around. He's 2 hours late now. He calls me up and he goes, oh yeah, when you said 9 p.m., that's what I thought you meant. Oh, what a mistake. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna be there like, you know, real soon. And I'm like, so how soon? And he's like, probably about 40 minutes. So it's like, so you thought it was at 9 p.m. and you were gonna show up at 9:40. And he's like, oh yeah, man. And I'm like, just don't be sorry. Just tell me the truth. When are you gonna be here? He's like, yeah, no, 9:30, 9:40. So 9:40 rolls around. Like we've been there for so long. This is like half the evening. We've wasted up now waiting for this guy. And after that half of the evening is gone, he says, oh yeah, I'm near. And he says he's in entirely the wrong place. I'll get back to that later. Imagine that, like, he says he's 50 miles away. Like, he's gone to the wrong place, way, way, way north of London. And it's like, we never said that. You never said that. I never said that. What have you possibly assumed here, friend? And so, long story short, to cut a long tail into a short one, he just like he never says anything after that. He's just like, oh yeah, I'll, and then like it's like what, you were 2.5 hours late. That's why you always tell people are gonna generally be there late to be there 3 hours before you'll be there. But he's like he varies like between being a little early and being so late. And in that case, he was just never there, right? He never showed up at all. Like he never left the house. I assume is my story, or he just wanted to go somewhere else and he like ditched on his plans to meet up with me. But like either way, I was a little bit upset with that. I was like, if the problem with like my problem with that is like there's a level of dishonesty, right, where you're only helping yourself out. Like people think that they're being polite if it's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, make up a story for why I'm not gonna be there. But like all you want from people sometimes is like, I don't care about the story, I just want to know when you'll be here. Like, you know, you can. I think telling someone a story about why you're late just makes you feel better. That's my theory. Tell me if you think I'm wrong with that. Also, first I get tax. Been a viewer for a while, but today I can afford to support. Happy birthday. Good luck with the battery recycling. Do you have a project planned for it? I have a project in mind, but that project genuinely might just change. It's up for changing right now. That's for sure. But yeah. So it's I just there's something interesting about being real late to a thing, right? Just about lying to, you know, like if you're really late to something and like coming up with an excuse for something, I feel like sometimes it's better to be like, oh yeah, this is on me, I'm sorry. And that's actually what I've started doing, like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And then like just take full responsibility for like not being there at a time. Rather than trying to be like, oh, it's extenuating circumstances. It's you, it's this, it's... And then, like, if you're going to cancel on something, cancel as soon as you can. I know no one wants to cancel, but no one wants to not be cancelled on either. Like, yeah, so that's the story of how one friend was just, like, continuously saying, I'll be there soon, and then not being there ever. Like, if he just been honest. Because the whole time, he probably knew, like, yeah, he's probably not going to show up. He doesn't want to meet or do whatever we were doing. But when you get all light about it, that's the whole thing. I used to lie about being late and then came up with a reason I couldn't show due to having a lot of anxiety. Took a while to be able to just say I didn't want to go. Yeah, that's I would say that's the thing I kind of like ended up with too. Like there are some things I felt compelled that I had to say I'd want to go to, and then I just pray. Like my favorite thing, the thing I would enjoy more than anything else is like when the plans got cancelled. Or even worse, I know, like, again, bad human being for this, but... Actually, I don't know, like, even to this day, I think it's not the worst thing to do, just, like, say if someone invites you to something, again, it's kind of the... it's that thing about, like, if someone wants you to do something that you don't want to do, just say you're going to do it and then don't. If someone says you got to be somewhere and you really don't want to go, and they're the sort of person who, if you say no, they start trying to convince you, just say you'll show up, and then hope they forget that they invited you. Be like, and if they call and be like, hey, where are you? Be like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, schedule conflict. Or I'm real sick, you know, can't make it today. Call in sick to a party, you know. It's funny, the number of times that must happen every day, like people calling in sick to a party, like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Doing my, you know, their best sick voice. That's gotta be real fun. It's gotta be a large number of people too, right? Build a Toycat temple off your mats. Also, emug, mute tax. Thank you, Eric Anderson. I missed it from like 6 minutes ago, but you can't say I didn't see it. I appreciate generous people. Oh boy, talk about KFC and Susan. So you know how Susan steals my KFC money, right? Real big problem, huh? Real big problem. I'm terrible when it comes to showing up on time. If anyone invites me anywhere, they have to tell me I need to be there half an hour before I actually should. Honestly, what it is like, I mentally just try to be somewhere 10 minutes early. Or like 5 minutes early. Although that's the thing, like, I know that's what I've got to do to myself. But because I just have this, like, desire... I never like to be somewhere before a thing happens. Because it feels like wasted time. So what I do instead, this is my high quality, how to be on time solution. Like, if it's a 30-minute walk somewhere, and then I leave the house 10 minutes late, I just run. try to leave somewhere so that you get there in walking time, and then get some running time going in, and you can speed up. Like, it's hard and it's like a workout, but that's like how I keep myself balanced. Like, okay, I'll still be there. I just gotta do it. Just set your clocks 10 minutes early. I have the opposite thing where, like, to be on time to live streams, my phone time was set like 3 minutes late for a while, and I was like, oh god, I've got to stream now. And then I'd stream more on time. Obviously, my stream time isn't working anymore. Oh, I should totally start, like, making up reasons why I can't be at a live stream. I should call in sick to live streams. Be like, you know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just... I don't know if I can make it to the live stream today. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really want to, you know, I think it's probably best if I sleep this one off. What happens if you don't run? If I don't run, I just get there 10 minutes late. Honestly, here's the thing though. A lot of things you can get to 10 minutes late and it's just fine. Like, what's a good example of this? There's a lot of events I've noticed where being on time is being too early. And those are the sorts of things where I try not to be on time. I don't know, it's like, if I'm ever meeting anyone from like a big company, corporation thing, I try to be a bit late. I try to... If you get there early, it's like, we'll just wait for everyone to show up and then we'll do this. And it's like, well, I would rather be the person waited on than waiting for someone else. Sigh, it's fine. Just let us know tomorrow. You know, I called in sick my doctor's appointment. Hey, yeah, I watched that video too. It's a high quality one. It's a fun idea. I'm stealing for my whole life now. But yeah, my family's tried setting my clocks early, but now I see the clock, I know it's exactly 19 minutes early. Honestly, the idea of setting clocks early is like the worst way to fix your bad habit. Like, imagine if... I think, okay, here's a controversial take. If there's something wrong with you, trying to change the entire world around you to make it fit in should be the last resort. That should be the very last thing we do. Never the first resort. Never the first resort. Like, I think it's a really bad message to tell people, like, oh yeah, if something's wrong with the world, everyone else is the problem. It's like, because, you know, like, blaming people if, like, something's wrong with, like, blaming people is a bad thing to do. Like, especially if you're any form of disadvantaged person. Blaming you is always bad. And that's, like, in a lot of cases, it's like, it's not the world's fault, it's not your fault. It's, you know, it's the fault of, you know, genetics or whatever else. But there are... Oh, okay. Not a good thing to do. Oh, he doesn't care. Oh, that's nice. But there's a really common, like, belief that, like, oh yeah, the whole world is at fault if, like, if someone wants something they can't get internally, whole world gotta fix that one. Like, the idea of, like, imagine, like, if a principal at school was like, oh yeah, so I've got, like, timeliness problems, so this whole school has to set back their clocks a bit. You'd be like, wait, why are we pandering? Why don't you just learn how clocks work, you know? Like, that's how it works in the real world. You gotta... But there are certain problems. I don't know, it's like, there are some problems where you can even, like, exacerbate them by catering to them, you know? Like, I really do think this is, like, this, just to clarify, this is my personal advice, what I do for me. If I even insinuated that someone should do this, I would get in trouble. But, like, if you feel socially anxious, everyone feels socially anxious sometimes, and it is sometimes a very big, very debilitating problem. But the best thing to do is not to tell everyone, hey, got real bad social anxiety, so, you know, be prepared with that. The best thing to do is be like, okay, I'm just gonna try and find the best way to cope with it that doesn't require, you know, everyone, like, I'm trying to be like, hey, can you guys just not do this, not do that? Like, you know, that should be your last resort, like, trying to change the world around you. Because you can't change the entire world. You can only change a localized world. Whereas if you can learn to change yourself, you can fix the entire world. You know, there are so many problems people have. Thank you, Millie Dove, by the way. I hope you're doing delightful. Also, thank you, Epic Tiger. I recognize you from earlier, and I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, man. I enjoy these, like, let's chill, I enjoy these, like, let's hang out kind of streams, and I'm glad that it's not just me. Also, Zoto Acronym says, I swear this is taking longer than the one I mentioned. By the time this is done, it'll be about 13 or 14 hours, which is insane if you think about that. Like, just how long we've been here just mining. I think this might be Minecraft's hardest to destroy structure. Because bear in mind, unlike the Willow Mansion, I've had a diamond pickaxe with efficiency the whole time. Like, I think I was using regular diamond pickaxes for that one. Like, I've been just mining. And we've gotten some real progress made. Actually, how many layers are we to the bottom? I want to, like, have that, like, permanently in my brain so I can see it. Like, I want to feel good about that one, you know? So let's, so we're 3 layers down, we're 4 layers down, we're 5 layers down. I think 5 is probably the end, right? Okay, let's see for sure. No, it's 6 layers. Wait, is it 6? No, it's 7. So we're 7 layers from the bottom now, and 7 layers will be at the very bottom we ever can or will get to. That's exciting. Only 7 more layers of Bastion, and then the outside as well. I'm kind of, you know, I'm sad. I enjoyed the journey. The real Bastion destruction is the journey, not the destruction. Also, thank you, C. Atkinson. Remember when you thought this would take like 1 stream? You know, I honestly, midway through that stream, I was like, oh, I have misunderestimated. Oh, okay. Thank God we got the right block for it. I have underestimated this one entirely. I was freely admitting that one, and I would like to freely admit it again. So it's 7 blocks from here, though. Oh. So actually, it's like 7 blocks plus the 8 over here. So it's more like 8.5. I love the chill streams too. I get so much grinding done in my rel, says Parasovich. Yeah, I really, like, there's just something to be said about chill in Minecraft. I'll always, like, advocate for this endlessly. Like, this is my big belief in the world. Just chill out, play some Minecraft, relax your soul, listen to someone talk about how they shouldn't, how you shouldn't, like, eat lizard snakes or whatever. I've probably said that at some point. And, you know, listen about the guy who's like, hey, did you know it's 2 days until my birthday? It's my birthday 2 days. This is my whole fun life. So, am I allowed to still list stream ideas? Says Guy Fieri. If you want to destroy an entire... Oh my god. I'm going to do this so many times today, aren't I? If you want to destroy an entire bastion, I say power to you, friend. I say power to you. You are free to do that. I don't know if it's the best idea, the best use of your time. Because I'm going to have so much Blackstone, and I don't even know what to do with it yet. But if you want to do it, who's to stop you, friend? Who's to stop you? Ooh, yeah, I'm excited. I'm like... Honestly, whenever you start on any project, like Minecraft or not, there's the most exciting bits, and I'd say they're the beginning, and they're the end. I think everything in between is just a process to get you from the beginning to the end, because as humans we need to finish things. Like, I think if you could get paid for every idea you started, there'd be people who never finished ideas. Like, you know how there's a lot of people who genuinely have the dream job of like idea haver or like game designer, you know, like I want to be the idea guy, you know, like how everyone like, this is like, bear in mind, I've never developed apps outside of like my one job I ever had, and that was Windows 10 apps, and it wasn't even a real app. I designed a pretend app once. But I had a guy contact me once being like, oh yeah, you know computers, right? I've got this great app idea. I'll give you 50% of that app idea if you know you make the app, and you can use my idea in exchange for 50%. It's like, no, your idea is not worth 50%. The ideas are something everyone has all the time. Some ideas are so great, but the thing that makes it, the thing that makes an idea, like so many people, I think this is one of the problems of society. Like, ideas are powerful by themselves, but the thing that makes the idea is turning them into a thing, right? The thing that makes an idea great, the thing that makes an idea something that changes, is when you can execute on the idea. There are so many great ideas in the world that have never been followed up on, and that's because the challenge in being human is not in just having them, it's in doing things. Have you thought about using invisibility potions to easily do the outside world? Invisibility is made out of what? Golden carrot, or is golden carrot night vision? It might be a good idea given the gas problem we have, or I could just bring a bunch of arrows and kill the gas and then work it down. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue, personally. I don't think it's going to be the biggest issue. I was going to sleep, but now I don't want to miss the end. See? most exciting parts. The beginning, the middle, and the end. Am I right? See, that's scary. I need to fix that. I need to make sure that's not a big deal. Also, let's go... Okay. Also, is this magma, like, part of the Bastion? Chat, what do you think? Do you think we should count this as part of the Bastion? Because I think this is just spawned into the monument. But... Into the Bastion remnant, sorry. But I'd be open to anyone who disagrees. Carrot, golden carrot plus fermented spider eye. Ooh, what a weird recipe. I don't know if I like that one so much. I love when you're sarcastic towards people's comments. I love when you're sarcastic towards people's comments. Thank you, Drew Hookie. Yeah, no, I'm sarcastic to most people all the time, honestly. Yeah, I feel like one of the things I wish they would teach better is like coming up with ideas well is important. And also there's an important thing in not following ideas till the end all the time. Sometimes you need to abandon ideas. Sometimes you need to just give up on something. Like honestly, yeah, like giving up is like some people need to learn the value in ideas and some people need to learn the idea some people need to learn the idea in okay, wait. Some people need to learn the value in not giving up. And some people need to learn the value in giving up. There is extreme value to, like, if you give up too much or you give up too little, it's a problem. You know, this is one of those dumb phrases which is actually true, but like everything in moderation. Like if you do anything too much, you're gonna have some problems. And I think that's generally true for giving up as well. Like if you give up too much, you're gonna run some stuff. If you never give up about anything, you know. Imagine if this was a PSA about homelessness, says Con. So I'm delighted to announce that I've partnered with Shelter. That sounds like a homeless person charity. I've partnered with Shelter. You know, have you ever lost your home because a madman with a pickaxe has roamed through and taken all the resources so he could make some grand castle that he hasn't even specifically mentioned or explained? I'm sure that happens to the best of us. You know how you can stop that happening to you? By donating to shelter.org. That's probably there. You know, charities are always .org, right? Look at me. I know how to make up charities that probably are real. I don't look it up now, just in case it's not. But you know what? I'm going to keep on believing anyway. Don't stop believing. Oh, no. Guild of Blackstone. That's got to go in the special Guild of Blackstone place. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We got 3 and a bit stacks. We might even get some more. Everyone has a positive problem and a negative problem. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, everyone does some things too much and some things too little. There are some people who enable you and be like, oh yeah, you know that thing you're doing too much? You're not doing it too much. You know that thing you're doing too little? You're not doing it too little. Like, I don't know. Like, if you know how like everyone hates human beings. It's just a part of the internet. Like, oh yeah, we're all introverts, we all hate human beings, etc. But the reality is not talking to humans for a long time can be a bad idea just as much as talking extensively to human beings. There is, but if you don't like humans and you do this thing where you never talk to people, it'll be like, oh, that's so quirky. I'm like, that's cool for you to do, but it's actually dangerous to be excessively focused on that. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table, says Kool-Aid Man. I don't know if that's a good life lesson, but sure. When you're doing the ice project, you explain the castle, says Oxymoron. Yeah, that's my grand goal idea, but I might have another one after all this. I really want to take inventory of what we've got first, and then we can work from there. I'm like looking forward to seeing where that goes after the fact. Shelter for Life International is an international faith-based relief and development organization with over 30 years of experience in providing sustainable development. It's a real website. Look at me. I know charities. I made one up, and it's great. You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them. No, what I'm actually trying to say is that everything can be really bad if you overdo it or underdo it. Think about water, right? Too little water, you'll die of dehydration. Too much water, you die because your brain gets flooded. I don't understand why or how it works. But, like, when you take certain drugs, you drink too much water, and you die. And that's, like, terrifying to me. But, oh, maybe that's just me. But there is a over and under thing to everything. Actually, something I've been thinking about recently. So, on the subject of drugs. Because I've been watching The Umbrella Academy again, season 1. Great Netflix show, by the way. Would recommend. One of the characters has a superpower where basically he sees dead people unless he's high on drugs. If he's high on drugs, he doesn't see dead people anymore. And there's this is like a comical thing because he's a junkie that's somehow a superhero. Like all he wants is his next fix, but also he's a superhero, or like he's superhero in the context of this universe. So the thing about that's interesting to me though is like the idea of having to, because most people do drugs, most people do harmful things to their body to not feel normal. Like the number one sales pitch for alcohol is like, hey, you won't feel like yourself for a bit. But if you get seriously into any drug, there's a lot of ones that get like this. But like, I know heroin gets real bad. But like, there's a lot of drugs that when you get really into them, after a while, you just feel normal when you're on the drug, and you feel abnormal off it. And I've always wondered, like, that must be awful to be so dependent on something that without it, you could not live. But that's how we are with like so many things on a day-to-day basis, right? Like, people who say, I can't function without my morning coffee. Imagine a world where the coffee bean harvest fails. You know how there's like diseases that almost wipe out humanity? There's a coffee bean disease. All the coffee beans are gone. Your life is like, you are reliant on not only the coffee bean continuing to exist, which is obviously likely to happen, you're reliant on someone shipping those coffee beans from Colombia to here to like a barista, this or that or that. You're like, you need that in your life, Without coffee, you don't feel normal. You're not you stop being a normal thing. Also, Umbrella Academy Season 2, 21st July, my dude. I'm binge watching it. Oh yeah, me too. I'm very excited, Louis. But the, I can't function without Toy Cat. Actually, wait, 3 people said that. But, so he's delusional about drugs, so it's opposite day. It's just his power, right? Like his power turns off when he does drugs. So in effect, because he's not actually delusional. He actually sees the dead people. Although like, the thing about, have you ever like watched a TV show that like where people do drugs and they like hallucinate and see dead people, and wonder like, is it actually possible to actually see dead people and think that they are dead people? Because I've always thought like, well, that's not really true. Because a feeling that I get sometimes, not drugs, just like this is me being a human being. But sometimes like I feel like there's bugs crawling around me and there's not, I'm like, oh, I freak out because I think there's a bug and it's like, oh no, that was just my skin? ? But this like imagine that, but something not just like, oh yeah, I thought there was a bug, but oh yeah, I thought there was a dead person, someone who I know is dead, who is definitely standing there alive. But it's a because in TV shows you see like these crazy cartoon modes when people go into drug stuff. And it's like, I wonder, does anyone feel that? Because most people don't, right? Most people just feel like, oh yeah, I do the thing and I feel some amount of something. But are there some people who genuinely can do a thing? And I don't know, it's a whole fun thing. I was prescribed Ritalin when I was 6. It's pretty much off-the-counter meth. I was struggling to get off them. Yeah, I have a whole, one of the like formative stories of my life is the whole like expired Ritalin panic attack story I've told before on this channel. It wasn't a very pleasant thing, but like again, not non-pleasant events. If nothing else, like this is the everything in moderation. I think literally one of the things you need in your life are harmful events, are bad experiences, because that one bad experience, that one like life-ruining evening where I was convinced I was worthless, that evening is part of what helped define me and part of what helped me want to be a, I know, it's like the moment where I'm like, oh yeah, this is, there's a lot of things that changed that have still remained changed for the better since that day. I would say like people who never go through any hardship never have to change. They choose to. And maybe that's better. I think ideally you should want to choose to change rather than have to change. But it's also a real thing. Was that a cough toy cat? I'm sorry. You guys caught me. I have the stuff. Too much water lowers your electrolytes, which sends you into cardiac arrest. How do I get electrolytes in me? Because I generally feel like sometimes like, oh, I'm drinking too much water. But I'm thirsty still, you know? And I'm assuming that's like electrolyte water want. You know, maybe I should just drink Gatorade or whatever. My expired Ritalin gave me chest pains. I low-key thought I was having a heart attack. Hey, yeah, exactly, yeah. I got really tired and then had chest pains and then had non-stop panic attacks for a whole evening. Fun story, you know? Again, I'm not gonna tell it here though. I think I've told it before, and if I haven't, then again, someone's always gonna accuse you of like, if you're playing Minecraft, you can't talk about anything that is like not appropriate for a 4-year-old to hear. And it's like, well, if you're a 4-year-old. Also, electrolytes is salt. So all I've got to do is chug some salt. Wait, Kool-Aid Man says eat less salt. You know what? I'm not sure what to do. I'm gonna eat salt and then not eat salt. Do you need this much base salt? Says KH. I mean, I need this much base salt in the sense that I want this much base salt. I don't need this much base salt in the sense that I absolutely do not need this in any real sense of that word. I thought too much water caused all your cells to explode. That's because animal cells have no cell wall, so you die that way. Really? We have no cell wall? You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna go from stuff. If you're a 4-year-old, why are you up at 12:30, says Ebsk. Like, people who get angry about stuff like that, they don't have any logic. The worst bit is every single person who's angry that, like, children might be watching Toy Cat. There's never a child who's like, oh, I'm a child and I'm angry. Actually, there is sometimes, but, like, it's the dumbest thing to me that, like, people who are like, oh yeah, I'm 18, but I'm the only one who's 18 and watching videos. I'm 25, and I'm the only one. I think it's the dumbest thing that you see, because I guess a lot of people genuinely think Minecraft is a game that only, like, even people who are not children who play Minecraft are like, Minecraft is a game that only children play. It's like, how can you be not a child and playing Minecraft and genuinely have that misconception? How can you be that, like, fundamentally missing the point, you know? I'm 12 and what is this, says Chantal. I'm sorry, all of my subscribers are 13, so that means you've got to leave. I'm a child, I'm 4 years old, says John Spetsnaz. with a name like John Spetsnaz, how could you not be 4 years old? You know, we're coming near to the end of the stream. One of my things that I like doing the other day is giving some therapy. So chat, leave me one detail about your life. Tell me a problem you're having in your life, chat, and I'm gonna diagnose how to solve it. That's the thing I'll do for you. Just type your problem in chat. I'll tell you what the solution is. It has to do with exotronic and isotonic solutions. If injected, they cause your cells to explode or shrink. Jesus, you know, I'm gonna stick to my thing. I'm gonna stick to not doing anything. So, what do we got here? I have no iron. Go mine some iron. Glad to help you out, friend. Or, wait, unless you mean in real life, in which case, you can get iron tablets. I've been taking some recently because I was like, you know, I lost so much blood recently. I'm just going to take some iron tablets. You can get into that. I used to bleed so much as a child. Waiting for my oven to preheat, says Mocha. The trick is, turn your oven up to a higher temperature. And then, like, it'll be like, you know, because if your oven thinks it's only got to go to 180, it's like, we can get there at our own time. If your oven thinks it's going to, like, 500 degrees, it'll be like, oh god, we gotta hurry, we gotta start going. And then you like, you cut it off at 180 and you're like, ah, I tricked you, oven. I tricked you. I wanna find a good career for me, says Imja. Work out what you wanna do. Work out unless if you want a good career, work out the things that are in demand right now. Work out things where there's more demand than there is people, and you'll be good. So we got, gender dysphoria from Mukati Shardab. Yeah, the concept of like looking in a mirror, like, you know, any form of dysphoria, like looking in a mirror and not liking the result that you see, looking at yourself and being like, what is this and why is this not the thing that I imagine or dream it to be? Is not, there's no like easy one fix cure, right? I would say honestly the simplest cure is like never look in a mirror. I would say I have a genuine, like, I wouldn't call it dysphoria, obviously, like, cause then I'm co-opting your struggle and someone's gonna be mad at me. It won't be you. It'll be someone else being mad on your behalf, because that's how being mad on the internet works. You find another group to be mad on behalf of. But I have like genuine, like when I see myself, it's not as bad now I do YouTube. I'm like genuinely upset. I'm like, that's not me. When I picture me, it's not this guy, this isn't me. This is my like weird avatar I play online. I have like genuine struggles believing I am me. Like it hurts me a little bit to like really feel and admit it. I have to go to work on Monday, solve my problems, just Chantel. Oh, you just gotta call in sick. You just gotta say, sorry, I can't come in. I got sick last Sunday. I've been really healthy these last, furlough days. But now I've gotta go into work. No, I think in reality, like, going back to work sucks, because, like, who wants to do work in it? Who wants to perform services in exchange for money? But that's the whole thing. Can't see my girlfriend because of quarantine. Help therapist, I can't. I'm not allowed to say this as a YouTuber, but what if, again, this is a hypothetical. I'm not encouraging you to do this because someone will be mad and say that I'm single-handedly causing corona. But, like, everyone's allowed to make personal exceptions for certain rules. As long as you follow most of the rules, I would say it doesn't matter if you follow all of them. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, your government may disagree with that seriously. But, like, maybe even though that's the rules, maybe make an exception. Maybe. I'm not saying she should do it. Internet, that's not what I said. She's following all the rules in her jurisdiction, and that's what I'm telling you to do. Maybe. Wink, wink. So I forget work on Monday. I'm leaving for work in 20 minutes, says Charlie V. Call in sick for work. Say that I watched an absolutely sick Toy Cat stream, and now it got me. It was a contagious stream. It was so sick that I caught the bug myself. So Cat, you better take care of yourself to feel like yourself. I don't know, like even when I like what I see, I also feel bad about that. Like if I look bad, I feel like, and if I'm like feeling good about myself, I'm like, that's not me. That fella there. I don't know. Maybe it is my body just being like, hey, we want to feel good about this mess. Why aren't you doing that right now, body? Or maybe it's not. I don't know for sure. I just figured I'd mention that's a thing. I actually like the answer you gave me. I have to think about that more. Yeah, the reality is there's two things you can do for a job. There's your passion, regardless of your pay. But if you do your passion regardless of pay, you're trading money in exchange for doing what you love. And your second option is to do pay regardless of passion. You're trading the potential to do what you want in exchange for money. But the reality is money allows you to do what you want. Because of how our society is built, if you do make it big, you can use that money to do the things that you then want to do. So that's the whole thing. I hate the idea of losing a friend, but I also being near them, they're my emotional support. We'll be different classes, but also at the same school. Honestly, if you're at school, losing a friend and having to find new ones, it sucks, but it's like a really key part of a personal growth. Like, you'll be better off doing this than not, even if you're worse off in the short term. That's my official opinion. Let's grab the crossbow so we can take down, because I'm gonna start destroying these now, right? Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I'm like pretty much done otherwise. So let's destroy these edges. Let's get this done. We're also gonna have to put down some scaffolding so we don't lose. Like, just to be safe here. Just put some scaffolding down right over here. Connect it up to this. And there we go. Look at that. Now we got some temporary. Now we can catch the blocks temporarily if they fall down. Whew. And let's start destroying these little corners. It's gonna be kind of messy at first, but I hope we get better. Chat, tell me your problems. I want a job, but no one give me a chance because I'm under 18. There are types of jobs for under 18-year-old. It's usually like apprenticeship style things where like you don't learn, like if you want the money part of a job, like if you want to earn 6 figures as a 16-year-old, obviously you're not going to. But if you want someone to teach you the skills that you can then use to earn more and more, that's something a lot of people are willing to do. Like, the reality is if you want a lot of money, you need someone else to want to give you all of that money. This is true for, like, the world, you know, like, money doesn't come from nowhere. There's no ethereal job god that, like, everyone has a God-given right to get money from. Instead, the way it generally works, in my experience, is someone else needs a task done, and you can do that task more efficiently than they can do it. And as a result, they give you some monies. Whew. The combination of being a homebody but also not wanting to be single, it's a struggle. Yeah, I've always considered that actually, like, the sort of person who is more likely to find someone to be with them is an outgoing type, right? Because you need to go out to meet new people. But also like, if you want to be inside a lot because you enjoy being a homebody or whatever, it's like, so how do you find someone to? And I don't know what the answer to that is. I'd love someone to. Oh no! Okay. I'd love to one day find the answer. Oh wait, we need to. Oh god, I hope that doesn't destroy too much. Let's just get back to working on the bottom bit here. Let's just treat ourselves a little bit more of this before we go back to that nest. So Kat recently got top comment on one of your videos and it felt really good, says Kate Taylor. Hey, you're welcome. Wait, you didn't thank me. You know, thank me, I'm welcome. I like laughing at my own jokes. That's a good sign that you're having fun. Ooh, yeah, we're so close, by the way. We're so close. I am excited for the finish line. Yeah, this is gonna be about the time we expected to. We're like right down here at the bottom, just making the last big push, the last big grind. It's gonna be great. I feel like everything is pointless and life is really monotonous right now, says Alana Smith. Yeah, a lot of people end up in a situation where things feel like they don't have any real benefit or point. Like, they just happen because they happen. And that is a hard cycle to get out of. It's hard to go from everything feels pointless to, oh, I understand the point of things. I have $13 to spend. I don't know what to do, says C. Atkinson. Hey, C. Atkinson. This isn't e-mugging. I know you have $13. Give it up, friend. This is my finger gun. You know what your big problem is that you need me to help with? You're being e-mugged right now. Put your hands on your head and your wallet. Put your hand in your wallet. Go get the 16 numbers on the front, the 3 numbers on the back, and type them into streamlabs.com/. I'm gonna stop doing this. Someone's gonna be mad at me one day. If you ever make money on the internet, there's always someone who's like, oh, even though those people give it to you willingly, you're kind of a dick for asking them for it. You know, like, even though you said they totally didn't need to do it, and you did it as a joke, and like you make free content that they choose to support. It's like, you monster for making a living doing something I'd like to do. Should I get my girlfriend a ring or a necklace? Toycat, please help. Don't get her a ring or a necklace unless she's really into jewelry. Get her something that shows that you remembered something about her. Like, if she said she really likes go-karting one time, take her to go-karts. Or if she said one time, like, oh yeah, I really love Squirtle. He's such a handsome Pokemon. Sometimes I just want him to snuggle up right into my... But then if she says that sometime, be like, oh yeah, I got you Squirtle, because that was me being really cute. That was my girlfriend's voice. I hope you enjoy it. Maybe a minor cat can do crafts to sell. You can sell them as an adult. Oh yeah, there's so many ways to make money as an under 18 now. I'm so glad I was born in this generation because I never had money. My mother just, there wasn't spare money going around, etc, etc. You'll never take my money. You know what? He's refused the e-mugging, and see, that's a choice too. No, thank you very much, C. Atkinson. Thank you very much. I'd like advice on how hard dating long distance is, says Pracer Kayeka. So, honestly, I think even people who are in long distance relationships right now will tell you this. If you have the choice, if you're not currently in a long distance relationship, or you're not sweet on some girl across the planet, the best solution is do not have an online, like, anytime I saw someone who had a girlfriend, like, even though this is a thing I've done, most of my relationships have been medium to long distance. I'd say medium distance, like, unless you're willing to close that distance regularly. I'm talking, like, every week, or worst case, every month or two. If it's not more than every month, then you're not having a relationship, you're just not dating other people so you can talk to each other online. No offense, anyone who's in that situation. But, like, you need to, like, oh god, we broken up one. You need to just, like, you need to, like, level with that fact. If you're going to have an online relationship, you need to have those things. If you can't do those things, find someone who lives in your area. Which I know it sounds hard, like, oh no, love is love, Toycat. You can't tell me to find. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Toycat is yes, please rob my money, says Ursus Goaltender. Thank you very much for the money, crazy animated hunter. I enjoyed emugging you today. But the, what percent of the Bastion do you think he's done by now, says Gaming Bros XL? We're definitely like 98% done now. We're like so close to being done. Toycat is, yes, please rob my money. Also, will you play RuneScape again? Your clan chat is not dead. Wait, do people really use the clan chat from my old RuneScape thing? That blows my mind if so. My worst thing about quarantine is my girlfriend lives across the road, but I can't see her due to the Rona. Okay, first of all, never call it the Rona again. Second of all, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I gave you the solution. I told you the solution. I can't say it again, or people will give me some trouble. But I'm just saying, no one expects to control love with quarantine. No one expects to. They might say that they are for official reasons, but they're not expecting to control you. It's okay. How are you gonna get all the blocks that are directly above lava? I'm thinking of leaving the black base here so you can see where the bastion was. I honestly think it's better that way, to ignore the base. I could be wrong. People might disagree with me on that one, and you know that's okay. Disagreeing is okay. I'm not gonna call you a bad person for it. How do I make friends? Says Hal Hate Demons. Making friends, like, this is one of those arts, like, as a guy, it's very hard to do. The simplest way is just to find a hobby, a passion, or something like that. Find some dudes who are into the same thing. Like, you like Minecraft? Find some dudes who like Minecraft. Like, friend groups are such a weird thing that just kind of, like, hop out of thin air sometimes. If you wanna find some friends, that's the simplest and best I can really say right now. Yeah, unlimited rice pudding. Thank you very much, C. Atkinson. That's the answer to how can you make friends? Unlimited rice pudding. If you give your friends unlimited rice pudding, you better believe they will stay your friends for as long as they can. By the way, how I mentioned how unlimited rice pudding is something I'd love for my birthday, which is in 2 days. Have I told you it's in 2 days yet? I don't think I've mentioned that, so I'm glad I can mention it right now. Actually, wait, my birthday, as of now, is in 1 day. It's my birthday in 1 day. It's my birthday in 1 day. I'm about to be a century old, a quarter century old, and we'll all die one day. There we go. That's the beauty right there. It's in 1 day, in 23 hours. Yeah, I think happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, no, actually, I think happy birthday one day. Happy birthday one day. Happy birthday, we'll die someday. Sunday, you know, we'll all die Sunday. I just got an advert halfway through a live stream. Is that a thing? It is. There's a little button here that I can press, and it's like, it's a way of generating a little bit of revenue. Hello, Mr. Cat, the funny internet man.
Hello, Mr. Toy Cat, the funny internet man. How are you?
I'm honored that you think of me as the funny internet man. I would describe myself as the moderately average at best internet man, so that is quite the step up from my personal take on myself. Oh god, why did I mess that up so bad? So I'm gonna quickly look around for ghosts. No ghosts. Destroy some stronghold. Destroy all of those blocks. Nice and easy. Oh yeah, that's gone now too. Destroy these blocks. Yeah, we definitely want to go for like all the disconnected ones first. I think leaving the edges till last was probably a bad idea. I'm gonna regret. But that's okay. Who doesn't regret something in their life sometimes? Yes, a century old. Okay, I'm like a quarter century old. It's fine. Happy early birthday. When you blow out candles, wish for the playable Shadow the Hedgehog and Smash. Honestly, Shadow the Hedgehog is like one of those characters where they've just had to admit, like, oh yeah, we tried, and then we tried too hard, and now he's gone. Actually, this actually ties to go full circle on this thing. You know how I was talking about like games being removed from catalogs, like trying to be removed from existence? There's a lot of things out there that kind of fall into this category where like someone didn't want this thing to exist anymore, so they didn't. And an example actually is Sonic the Hedgehog. They made a series of really bad Sonic the Hedgehog games between, let's go to like 2004 to 2008. And then they stopped selling those games digitally. If you want to play those games, you have to buy a physical copy. You have to find someone who bought the game, and you have to buy it from them, because you can't buy a new physical copy. And it makes you realize, like, if we didn't have physical copies, that game would just stop existing. No one new would be able to get that game. Same with Minecraft Story Mode, right? Like, and it's a scary thing to me because I'm always... A lot of people don't appreciate how precarious the world is. You know, a lot of people's understanding of why the world is this flawed, awful place that we should all hate, and, you know, it's the worst thing, comes from an understanding that the world is really easy. That we got to where we were really easily. And admittedly, you personally did pretty much nothing to get the world where it is. And that's fine, you know, like, you weren't born. You can't have fought during all the various things, you know, like, for all the rights that we had to get to this day. But it isn't to say that, like, oh yeah, the rights just happened one night. It's like, no, people do a lot of stuff with that stuff. And one of the things that I feel like people don't realize is so precarious is, like, the state of preservation of pretty much anything in the world. Like, people need to be actively trying to make a thing. Also, thank you very much. Extreme Isolation. Inspired by your speedrun attempts, I beat Minecraft the first time yesterday. Random Seed took 3 hours 53. But hey, not bad for a first attempt. No, that is really cool, actually. Again, it is so cool that someone is inspired to be like, yeah, let's see if we can beat Minecraft. Because on an existing world, you're always like, oh yeah, I've got to do this, that, and then you get lost. But like a new, fresh world is like such a fun little experience. And I'm glad I helped you. Because I think I'm taking a break from speedrunning for a bit now. Like, I still kind of want to do the drink every time we fail a speedrun idea, just to see how that ends up going. Okay, we should be mining this right now. I don't know how we're going to mine this layer at all, actually. We're going to come back for this last. We're going to just ignore this until later. That's how I'm going to deal with it. As with all good problems, you can put it off until it's too late. That's what I say. So if we just kind of lean on the outside here, it shouldn't be able to go that far to our left. I hope. There we go. Now we mine up. Every time there's a ghast anywhere nearby, we should get a nice, healthy distance. No! Okay, it's fine. And now we're good. Put something under the blackstone, then mine it. But then I have to lose the block I put under there. Realistically, I'll just put a bunch of netherrack down. I think that'd have been smarter than what I did. But whatever. Never mind, dinner plans have changed. I can stay for the rest of the stream. You're about to witness history. I think this might generally be the first bastion destroyed by hand in Minecraft, right? Like, tell me if you think that's wrong. But where there was once bastion, there is now this. And I don't know if that's beautiful or not, but I choose to believe it is. You know, after so much work, it'd be hard to believe it's not. So now we just gotta go back to, like, here. A lot of blocks below us. That just sounds like a drunk speedrun. How about we just do a drunk speedrun then? You know what? How about we speedrun the drinks and the Minecraft? So Cat is obviously, my birthday was on Wednesday. Let's have a joint birthday. You know, are you trying to steal the fun day off my birthday? Which, by the way, is in one day. It's my birthday in one day. It's my birthday in one day. It's so dumb. I usually don't care about birthdays in the slightest. Like, it's just like, again, I really want to, like, I'm trying extra hard this year to, like, make a birthday mean something. So I can, like, memorialize 25 forever. Like, just keep it in the tank. And that's the cool thing about, like, again, I think that's how you should treat birthdays. Like, never feel obliged to make it something, but if you ever get, like, if you want to make something out of it, you kind of can. Because I think there's so many holidays that people will try to force you into saying it big. Like, oh yeah, well, you can't miss Halloween. It's so important. I mean, like, it's when Mr. Sir Halloween himself was born. That's what Halloween is celebrating, by the way. Mr. Hallow of the Ween variety. Drunk Speed Drunk, it's hollow in category, and Toycat would be the best at it. I feel like I have the same level logic while sober speedrunning than I would while drunk. I'm just saying. 25th was the worst birthday I've had, says Nemo Nameless. Well, now I've got high expectations. Got high expectations. Gonna have a great bad day. I'm gonna watch till his pickaxe breaks. Oh, chat, what do you think will break first? The Bastion or this pickaxe? You know, I'm just saying. Bastion's got a few blocks left, but so does the pickaxe. Who knows which one will last longer? Oh, we've got such a full inventory. We have to bounce out of here. come back in a minute, I guess. We're gonna check down here, see if anything fell down. Yep, we missed a few blocks here and there. Anything down there? Oh, yep, nothing. Fly. Oh god. Okay, we're on fire. Honestly, I'm so bummed that they didn't make the fire blue when you land in a soul fire. It'd be such a good idea. It's just one of those great things that Minecraft missed. That it's okay that they missed, but also it's not okay. You know, you feel me? Like it's okay, but it's also not. The pickaxe is definitely gonna break first. Everyone's saying the pickaxe, but I think you're wrong. But I also thought this would only take one stream to destroy. So there's that. Hungover speedrun the next day. This is like the best worst idea we're all collectively coming up with. And like, thank you, but also... Okay, let's try this again. Every time I try to do this, I waste like 5 fireworks and don't land on the thing. But this time is different. Okay, I tried. Took out, look behind you, it's orange squares. Guys, you can't hear us. Oh god, frick. There, oh, man, how does that even spawn there? Like, what even is that gas spawn location? A bad one as well. Also, Endermen are starting to get angry at me. You know, I don't know what I did to offend you, sir. But I'd like it if you stopped. I'll just stand here. Nice little safe place. Yeah, you want to come get me? You want to come get me? Oh, he actually did. Wasn't anticipating that response. Okay, so let's get back to destroying this thing, I guess. We'll make like a little staircase up somewhere, maybe. They're just spawning everywhere now because we destroyed too much, I think. I think I've got myself stuck in a dangerous situation. I already thought they would have fixed the blue fire thing. It doesn't feel cool to add. It feels necessary to burn blue from blue fire. It feels wrong. Yeah, there's so many features that like seem like they're bugs, but then they just never get fixed and they become features, you know? I feel like the blue fire thing is one of them. Maybe they just concluded blue fire was too hard to add, but they didn't want to not add the blue fire just because they couldn't light you on blue fire. And like to them that makes sense, but to us the community it's just like why is fire wrong? And it's hard to like level those two thoughts out. Yeah, I think this pickaxe will definitely last. Oh, actually, I'm starting to think the pickaxe will break before the stronghold does. Before the bastion does. It's gonna be a sad day, but I think it's gonna be a day. I mean, it's gonna be today. Today is gonna be the day that I mine my entire bastion for you. By now, you should have somehow realized it was my birthday in 2 days. If you don't, that's on you. I don't believe that anybody watching my live stream now doesn't know that. And I'm going to keep up this bad song no one wants. Because I committed to it way too long ago. And if I stop, then I'm admitting I shouldn't have even started. And that's why I will continue to sing my really bad Oasis. That was a song. Please rate 5 stars and buy it on iTunes. My balance is now 009. You're a very good mug. You know, I try my best to be a high service mugger, an e-mugger in fact, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Grabs guitar. So I can actually do more remixes of bad songs. Should we just do Pig Step with lyrics? Man, to this day I feel like one of my favorite things to do is just to write bad lyrics to songs. Like I could have a whole chat. Again, if ideas got you paid, I'd be. Also, thank you for the 5 stars, Claudia. Also, is it morning for you? I just realized you must be up late or up early, and I don't know which one that is. Answer please, I'm subbed, so 1.5 million up people. Yeah, a lot of people like assume that you owe them something, or they want it to be that way. They want it to be like, oh yeah, like so. This is one of the most toxic attitudes you can have as a fan of anything. That because you support that thing, you're the reason it exists personally. Oh yeah, well, I support your stuff, and you're not gonna support me. And it's like, well, I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, you supporting the thing doesn't help it out. And in real life, it's fine to accept. It's fine to expect reciprocal relationships, but expecting them like with a TV show is like I would say is the toxic thing itself. Oof. I'm waiting to sleep. Hurry up. We're good. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's happening. Make a Minecraft song, please, Troy Cat. I have made a Minecraft song, and everyone universally says it was the worst thing they've ever heard. So, definitely don't look up Savannah by Toto Cat. No, that thing got so butchered in the edit. I had a much better song that was going to be like the next year for mountains. Like, it was going to be Don't Stop Me Now, but vote mountains now. You'll be having such a good time with snowier snow. Vote mountains now. You'll be having such a good time. Just give it a vote. Vote mountains now. Vote mountains. Snowier snow. Go to your goats. And even a better mountains. It was a whole thing. Pigstep with lyrics is yes. Do you like Stampy? Oh, he's a nice dude. When we met at events a few times. He's been a really nice fella, I would say. Like very. I know this is true for a lot of people who are like super excitable online characters. He's like very calm, relaxed, and like reasonable to just like have a conversation with, which is nice. He gave me some. Wait, I don't know if I should say this. He gave me some tax advice once. I thought that was nice. Like when I have like brothers like who are like 4 years old or something that really like this stuff. And they'd be like, yeah, I spoke with your idol. He gave me some tax advice. It was very useful, in fact. So yeah, that's I know it's there's that realization where like, oh yeah, there's Minecraft is a game that has so many different audiences contained within that same audience. That like, because when I first saw them watching, I was like, my god, this is weird. Something about these videos is like, it's done a thing for them. So pickaxe, please break already. You're trying to prove yourself right there. Man, it's nice seeing this slowly vanish, right? It's just seeing it go bit by bit. It sure do be real good. Okay, so okay, we're gonna get these blocks. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna do it. There we go. So all I've got to do is mine the block, and then on the way down, go up to here. And let's mine this out now. Thank you very much, Griffin Shaver. Appreciate the super chat. Hope you have a good one, my dude. Oh god, was reading chat. I shouldn't be doing that when I'm on such dangerous ground. Rebuild the bastion in the end. Oh, that's a really fun idea, actually. I definitely am not going to, but I like that as an idea. Can piglins survive in the end? Oh my god, I've never questioned it till just now. What happens if you put a hoglin in the end? Like, probably the same thing, but I need to know. Oh lord. This is my next question for Q&A Saturday. Man. It is late in the UK. It is 1 something. But 1 what is the question? One way to find out, says Claudia Stone Stacy. I totally agree. Castle of Blackstone. Sounds like an interesting video experiment. Yeah, there's a lot of questions I have now about like nether blocks in the end. Also, like, you know, like grass and stuff. I wonder how that is. You know, I could make a whole video just like I had questions about the end. I figured I would test them. Hey, thank you, Dax Adams. I had surgery this morning and woke up from a nap. The first thing I see is a Toycat stream. Hey! First of all, congratulations on surgery. Can you say that? I don't ever know. Like, I've never had surgery. I just imagine like I got you a get better soon card, but it's a get surgery earlier today card. You know, every single card now is get well soon, just like replaced with birthday. That's my new dream. That's all I want from any card. 1 bastion away from going to bed, says Brandon Sav. See, if there is anyone here like waiting till the end of the stream to like sleep now as well, I kind of want to be like, you know, what if we never finished it? What if we leave this forever? What if this never ends? What if this the never ends? I'd mine 64 diamond blocks worth of diamonds today. So that's like what, like 500 diamonds? You must have been mining like all day. It's not even the most effective way to find diamonds, but I guess that's it is one way to find diamonds. What about rebuilding a stronghold or fortress using bastion blocks or vice versa? I think a stronghold of bastion blocks would look really cool, actually. I kind of want to do that now. I think it might... Oh, Lord. I think it'd probably be better to use, like, creative commands to do that. Yeah, maybe I should do that in my, like, you know, 8 survival projects you shouldn't make in survival. Like, my next one of those should be like, oh, yeah, don't make a never thing in the... Yeah, I think replacing the two things with each other would be really fun. I really want to do that now. How full's our inventory looking? This pickaxe is definitely going to break before the bastion. I wanted to believe the pickaxe would carry me all the way to the end. But the bad news is I don't think it's gonna. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the stuff away. And we're actually gonna level up the pickaxe. We're gonna take the pickaxe to the next level. It's gonna take me a little bit of flying away to do. Okay. Hi, I just watched what do you just watch? The song? I just watched that song and I have no words. Oh, you did watch the song and you did have no words. We still don't have the mountain update though, Toycat, says Gregory Hill. Because you monsters voted for... What did we vote for, actually? Swamp? Oh, no, we voted for mountains. I was right. Oh, never mind. Yeah, okay, you know, okay, that makes me madder, actually. I was like, oh, we don't have it because you guys didn't vote for it. We voted for mountains a year ago now. And they're like, oh, yeah, but we meant we'd add them at some point in the future before we added the other things. It's like, in what world does it take a year to add community wanted features? Like, it's such a non-defensible thing, you know? Like, oh yeah, we just when the community wants things, that's when we get kind of like lazy about them, you know. Okay, we need to go to my chest room. Something deserves update more than mountains. They all deserve the update. They all deserve it. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm gonna go repair my pickaxe, and I'm gonna get me a. I'm gonna turn this up to efficiency 3. I think I'm worth it. Honestly, I don't care about the upload. I want an end update. Don't we all want an end update? Don't we all want the end update to end us all? I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Imagine voting in a parity update. I'm just so confused about the lack of, like, we had the Buzzy Bees update and their argument was like, oh yeah, that was already like planned at the time, and it's like, okay, could kind of give you a pass on that one, but then for another update to come by and then be like, oh yeah, same thing, sorry, we just didn't want to add in the like, you guys voted for it, we don't care, was what they effectively are saying. It's like, oh, okay, that's fair, I guess. I didn't consider the fact that you didn't care about what we voted for. You know, Minecraft doesn't like democracy. Yeah, everyone's always like, oh, Toycat, you're the one who's not a big democracy fan. Nah, it's Minecraft. It is Minecraft. Please have no items to repair it. It's not very nice of you, Olivia Goat. You're not the goat. You're a... Actually, you're not. Goats are coming in the mountain update. One day you'll be a goat. Hope we'll still mountain snapshots soon. I really think they might even say, like, oh yeah, 1.17, of course it's not a mountain update. Unless maybe they want to tie it into the cave update, because mountains and caves have to update together. It's just facts, you know. That's just facts. The pickaxe didn't break, so says Angry Soda Cans. Oh, that's a good point. If you voted that if you thought the pickaxe would break before the bastion didn't technically break, therefore we're fine. Is the stream coming to an end? It's very close. It's not actually very close. It's like getting close. Actually, I want to leave this. I think this is a great place to fight the Wither. I was gonna maybe get some scaffolding. Oh, I need more scaffolding. Okay, we're gonna take this scaffolding over here. This is definitely my new scaffolding. We need whatever we can get so we can try and, oh god, get. Okay. I need to get whatever scaffolding I can get my hands on so I can try and get as much of the last bits that are just like, scrape them out, you know, scrape the last of that stuff out. Oh god, hit the ceiling. It's fine. Okay, this is good. This is how I want to be. There we go. We're up, we're over, and okay. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Hey. Honestly, it's such a pain to fly all the way back just to repair a pickaxe. But now we've got a pickaxe that will outlive the bastion. And that's what really matters, in my opinion. Okay, so we're gonna break these, and we're gonna get like some of them back, but not all of them, and that's okay. And then we have to like break. Oh, we're gonna kill a nice ghast as well. Always forget about the pain of these guys. It's such a shame because when you kill ghasts, you don't always get experience because they're so far away you can't actually get it. I think ghasts are a great argument as to why you should have experience not be based on like proximity to the mob. Like, I'd be much more excited about killing mobs if you, like, immediately got the XP, you know? But I digress. Mine the blocks while flying. Now that is a solid idea, Chantal. Let's do a flying-only mine of all the blocks. Change a village with warp planks and blackstone. Oh, I think I could do a whole, like, things you shouldn't do in the Never update. Maybe I should do that, like a little special Never update version. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Toy Jesus cat is absolute yes. I have no idea what that means, but thank you, friend. Whew. Okay, we're there now. We got a slightly faster pickaxe, so I'm thinking this like extra little pace we've got now, this will help us some great distance. And yeah, I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling very strongly positive about all of this. Just destroy all the way up here. Look at how close we are to gone. The Bastion is in its last. There's something cool about being near the end of something, seeing the light at the end of any tunnel. Assuming it's not a train, of course, but seeing the light at the end of a tunnel and knowing that like we're like there. It's one of those things that is always appreciable. You know, like there are a few like universal human experiences. I thought about this before, like, but if you want to get a viral tweet or you want to get like a viral anything. Just say something that people don't think that everyone does, and then be it true, you know? Like, hey, anyone else feel like they have bugs crawling on their skin, but actually they don't? Some people relate to that. Oh, yeah. Does everyone else ever, like, get hungry and then not eat? Yeah. I literally saw a tweet, by the way. This is the most insane thing. There was like, oh, I've been so hungry this week. Anyone else? And it had, like, 100,000 like interactions. People were like, yeah, this girl gets me, you know. And it's like, oh man, yeah, like if you want to make relatable things, you just gotta like make it the most basic parts of the human experience that are relatable. Don't expose my Twitter strategy. That's how you get famous. You know, you've worked it out. You found the secrets. I mean, death is pretty darn appreciable, I guess. It's interesting, though, because I feel like the one thing we should all have in common is, like, a vague fear of death for ourselves and those we love. But I feel like wanting death is so common now that, like, I think you can generally be more relatable by being like, haha, wanna die, am I right? Than you can by being like, yeah, one day we're gonna die and we don't know what happens to us. Could just fade to black. The scariest thing is, like, what we all actually are pretty sure of is that, like, oh yeah, when you die, it's just... No! Okay. Whew, that was a scary moment. Almost lost one of the last Gilded Blackstone we're gonna get our hands on today. But, man, I've been breathing a whole lot this week. Anyone else? That's my whole tweet. Man, anyone else been breathing recently? Anyone else been breathing today? Artie, if you have. Like, if you haven't. Reply if you... And you know, I'll just leave it. Artie, if you have. Like, if you haven't. Okay, let's this is my most relatable tweet ever. Going live now. Let's actually, no, let's go with this week. Breathing this week. I'll see if you have. Like if you haven't. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I just got cut off by Chantal there. That's sad. You one-up me if anyone else just exists. I guess there are some human beings that don't breathe because they're on like some form of life support or like ventilator, right? I guess ventilators is like automated breathing, but it's still breathing. You know, life is complicated. Why aren't things simpler? Dislikes from COVID patients. Should have kept it simple, bro. So okay, isn't it weird you can elytra out of water? It's very weird in my opinion. It's very weird in my opinion. I've committed several war crimes, and on the one it says Orphan Slayer. What a fun name you have, Orphan Slayer. Don't we all just want to slay an orphan or two sometimes? Honestly, you know, society should just look at orphans and be like, you know, this is our collective group now, that when bad things need to happen to people, we've got like a designated group for it. Always wanted to use Twitter just to retweet because relatable. Honestly, first of all, that tweet has more likes than retweets, which I find insane. More people haven't been bringing this week than have. You ever just like get hungry and decide to eat food? Artie, if you've been hungry this today, like if you've eaten food. Hashtag relatable. There we go. A nice hashtag. Relatable tweets. There we go. There's me. That's my day sorted out. You guys are witnessing my this is how I make the big bucks. You might think like, oh man, making money on the internet is so hard. Like being an influencer or whatever people call it these days is real hard to do. No, this internet content is being this internet content is real hard to come about. When Toycat talks about your tweet but doesn't like your tweet. I wish I could dislike your tweet, Chantal. You know, I don't ever exist, and I think it was pretty selfish of you to exclude me from your tweet. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna throw away the edit poll. I've got plenty of those. I got a notification on my phone when Toycat hasn't finished typing it on stream. Yeah, today's live stream is on slightly low latency, so I think it's like a 10-second delay instead of a 5-second one. So you can see that what you're seeing right now is actually the past, which means your phone is seeing the future from the perspective of the stream. Man, I need to get some of these Striders in my Overworld. I still think that's I think they're just so adorable. I just wanna have Striders around, you know. Just wanna have some Striders. Is that so much to ask? It's not so much to ask. Does Jura still edit thumbnails? No, actually. Jura does not edit thumbnails anymore. There's a whole like long story about why, but he vanished for a bit. For I think good enough reasons. Well, by good enough reasons, I mean like. I don't want to badmouth a friend of mine. I'll just say like basically like we had this thing like it happens to a lot of people where like I'm sure he wanted to be there a lot and he was he was just doing it out of the goodness of his heart, whatever. And then he like he's like, oh yeah, I can do that, and then he'd be like slower and slower and slower. And then months would pass and be like, hey, can you? And it's like that happens with like a lot of people. Like your friendship like drops down a level, and it's sad. You know, I always like to believe that. One of the hardest things to admit with humans is that like as you don't talk to someone for longer, your friendship degrades. If it's been 10 years since you spoke to your best friend, no offense, but you're not best friends anymore. You know, like that's how human beings do work, you know. But it's also really painful to like, you know, see it happening in the flesh sometimes. Can we all agree that Ghast is the worst? In the future, all human will be randomly generated, says Diesel Dorky. Weed Eater. There you go. There's your punchline. You're welcome, friend. You're welcome. Whew. Okay, one more like big batch. Okay, also look at this. I think that's the last good of Blackstone we'll be collecting today. I'm probably wrong, but I mean, I think it is. Man, look at this, by the way. Okay, we're gonna go back. Look at this. This used to be a giant bastion. Now look at it. It's this now. Oh, that is beautiful to see that difference. That is absolutely beautiful. And we're on fire. Not so beautiful. Oh god! Oh lord! Oh, okay. Let's be careful. Okay, that's not careful, but it's fine. It's close enough to careful. Okay, so now we're gonna go pick up the rest of the things. What if ghosts were handsome, but nobody sees them? You know, I think the Boo from the Mario series, they're cute looking ghosts. But you know, they don't look at you, so you never see them. How many megabytes is your world? 810. It's like, it's way too big. It's like a problem for me, honestly. How big this world is. Can you ride a Strider before the end of the stream? I need to get a saddle and everything for that. So like, no. I want to get like, I haven't done that like in my Let's Play world yet though. I generally might make like a Strider path. Oh, what is happening here? Look at this. Oh god, what is Minecraft's problem? Like, quite big apparently. Let's place some scaffolding. Go up a few blocks. Mine all of these. And now we fixed it. Now we fixed it. Look how nice that is. Ooh, okay, pick up these blocks over here. Yeah, this is real close to coming to fruition, huh? It's kind of sad after, like, this is such a mega project. Whenever you get to the end of one, you're like... There's... Again, I think I was mentioning earlier, like... I guess there's a lot of mixed emotions about finishing something. There's the feelings that, like, oh yeah, the thing you were setting out to do is finally done. Like, achieving a goal, always cool. But there's also this, like, immediate feeling of, like, but what happens now? Where do we go now? What do we do from here? That always kicks into me. It's like that thing I mentioned, like, you know how your friends, like, kind of slowly fade out, and they, you know, if your best friend from 10 years ago isn't your best friend, it kind of hurts, because it means that at some point, you had your last conversation with your best friend while he was still your best friend. You know, like, when someone dies, that means that you had your last conversation with that person, and you didn't know it. It was the last conversation you were ever going to have with that, you know, like maybe it's a family member you care about or a friend or whatever. But you didn't know it was going to be the last one until it was the last one, you know? Oh my god, what happened there? And I felt like you have this moment with, like, projects. Because obviously, like, humans are attached to things. Humans care a lot about things, almost as much as we care about people. So when the things that we're working on get finished, it has, like, a similar effect, I find. Make a love pen for Striders so they aren't cold, says Derek Morale. Don't you worry, those Striders will be looked after very nicely. Actually, wait, you know that thing in my overworld? That, like, lava pit that's in my house? I think putting Striders in there would be a fun use of that. But yeah, piglin riding thing. I definitely want to do something with Striders. Maybe I'll make like a little glass enclosure with some things out of them. Could put them in my rare mobs museum. I'm not sure. But there's this, like, interaction we have with a thing where it's the last time we're gonna care about a thing. Like, you know when you're young and you have, like, a toy you follow around that follows you around everywhere. In my case, it was like some dumb tweenie toy. Like, I think if you don't know the Tweenies, then I'm glad you don't. It's a weird TV show in the UK. But I used to be, like, so attached to this doll, and it was like this thing would follow me around everywhere. I was, like, irrationally attached to it. And then at some point I wasn't. Like, right now I don't need that. You know, I don't know if this is obvious, but I don't actually carry around a little plush that big around with me. But at some point there was the last day where I was like, oh, I need to carry this around with me. Like, this is essential to me. It seemed like it was always going to be that way, but it wasn't, because that's not how things are. This attachment to things, and this, like, realization that those things are temporary. Like, even our, like, most permanent of senses are temporary in some sense. Even the most permanent of loves is gonna be cut short by one of the participants' death or discontinued existence. You know, it's really interesting to think about, because it makes you realize that coming to the end of anything it's really different, because in this project, unlike those dolls, unlike your friendship with someone or a person in your life, when you finish a project, you're the one killing the project, which is great on the one level because you see it coming, but it's also got all the same emotions, but you're the one feeling like you're doing it. You're the one who's like, I could make this project go on longer. Like, what if I also get those blocks in the ceiling, and, like, what if we also grab these blocks on the floor that I'm not going to? What if, you know, like, if I immediately start recycling it and I just count it as the same project? We can like, continuously cycle and add. But I think, oh my god, I just hate this so much. I think the real thing to take from it, I think the real lesson here is not to be sad, life is pain, and you should give up before you even care. But I think instead it's, I think instead the lesson is like, hey, doing a project, being attached to things that you care about, is a good way to, it's a good way to like learn about the finiteness of things and learn about how to react and to deal with them. And so if you get, if it gets real sad, you're like, whoa, yeah, I don't know when or how some stuff is going. I think the real lesson to take is that if you can control when something ends, just know that if something ends on a high note, that's not a bad thing. If it ends on a low note, that's regrettable. But just try to end things good. If you want to extend them, that's cool too. But also know that something ending when it's good isn't bad, but it's kind of the dream. That's what we should ever want. We should want to end for things to be good, and for that thing to be cared about by someone. Yeah, that's. I hope. I don't know how we got like on such a deep little tangent, but this project's coming to an end, and that's nice. We're so close. The walls are almost done now. It is almost 2 a.m. Actually, it's 1:30. I lied to you. I'm the worst person around. But okay, maybe try and get away from my depression, not get close with it. But no, I think the reality is like, if you are more comfortable with how the world actually works, you can hide from it. You can be like, oh, everything's gonna be good. It gets sad, but to kind of lift you out from that, it's like being in control of when things will be done, being in charge of making sure they're as good as they can be while they are, is the best you can ever manage. But most people don't even manage that. So all you've got to do is make things good while they are, and you're doing better than most people. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's everyone thinks like funerals are sad, right? But usually funerals are held to like remember the life, not think about the sadness that comes afterwards. And I think we applied that same attitude to more things in our life. Like, loss is bad, but if you lost something, it means you had something. Finishing is bad, like the end of a relationship is bad, but it means you grew from it, you know? A lot of people have told me, like, recently, like, oh yeah, I broke up recently, something, quarantine. And breaking up sounds like a real bad thing. Breaking up sounds like the worst thing in the world. But my, like, lesson to you is, like, your next girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you decide to date, is going to be better than that lost person. You know, you're making an improvement as a result of this failure, if nothing else. And that's the cool thing here. The improving factor is always going to be there. Also, look at it. We're so close to done. We're not there yet, but we're basically there. Oh yeah, look at this. Last few blocks coming. We're on like the last stack or two now. Or you'll never date anyone again and you'll die alone, says Chantal Exley. That's a good point, actually. You know, so just know that if you break up with someone, you'll find someone better. Unless you're Chantal, in which case you'll die alone. And you should get you should get some cats already. And yeah, that's that's the life lesson for this, everyone. You won't die alone unless your name starts with C, a H, an A, and an N. I'm sorry if there's any other Chantals out there. I'm just picking on the one of them. I want that to be known. The music fits. Also, there's like a bunch of people being like, I'm 13 and this is deep. And it's like, well, you know, we are all 13-year-olds here. And this was, in fact, a deep bastion that we mined. So, we're going to leave this last block here until after we mine the few blocks in the ceiling we haven't got to yet. Because I think those are important. This has been a delightful time that we've all gone through together. Actually, no, I feel like I have to destroy this magma. Like, I don't know if it's part of the generation of the thing itself, but it feels like it has to be. So let's just go in there. Let's just do this. Okay, that's all mine now. That's gone now too. Also, these magma blocks are close enough that, like, just in case, you know. And then also I want to get these gilded blackstone out of the ground. It's really risky, but I think I want to try it anyway. But first, you know, I think the stream's over. We can't end the stream yet, because what we got to do now. Actually, I'll use the magma as like, I'll place them out here above this, because I don't think blocks are destroyed on magma. Actually, are they? No, they're not. So we can just place a bunch of magma out here, and then you can save the blocks up there by placing them onto a bunch of magma. That's my plan. And we'll do like an 8x6 little grid, and it'll be fine. Mind the block, it's giving me anxiety. I said I won't stop the stream until the last block is mine. But I want that block to be the last symbolic one. It's gonna be great. I'll probably die alone. Yay. Your name's not Chantal. we're just picking on her now. She's very nice and she's moderating the stream all day. And in exchange, she gets to know that she's gonna die alone. If that's not a trade-off worth making, then I don't know what is. Search employment opportunities at employment.ibxtoycat.com. Is it a real link? You'll have to find out. It's not. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. Get this done now. Break these last few blocks around here. Should be easy enough to do. Okay, so after these blocks, we've only really got those ceiling ones. And I don't know if we want to count those or not. I guess we have to. Oh, I've also got those over there, right? I'm going to break those onto that. Okay, break that. Break these. Break those. Break these. Break that. Break this. Oh, no. I actually broke that one in the sky. Oh, no, I didn't. I lied to you. So this is my last block, my symbolic last block that's going to be broken. Great stream by the one and only Toycat. Are you saying there's not another Toycat out there? I am shocked to learn this. But no, thank you very much, Tiger. Yeah, when streams go on for a long time, like a lot of the support dries up, and it's like, you know, there's always a part of me that's like, you know, the best time to end a stream is always at exactly 2 hours in. I really appreciate when people like tip at the end, like, you know, thank you for keeping it going. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have to get up there somehow. Oh lord, don't know how to do that. Wait. There's like a. I know a way we can do this. We've just got to like fly into there, up there, and then land. Like, oh lord, like that, but without falling out again. I'll run in and I'll like have a pickaxe ready. Oh god, that wasn't what I wanted at all either. Okay, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be great. I'm not gonna do it. You're not. Oh god, okay. What is all of this? This is not how this works at all. Damn it. Okay, we can get this base cell block though, right? We can get this base cell block. We just gotta believe in ourselves for long enough. Okay, let's mine it. No! Okay, we got this. Okay. Yeah! That right there is a sense of accomplishment you won't get anywhere else. That is only found right here at this stream, www.youtube.com/toycat/livestreams or something like that. I don't know, man. Yeah, that was a good feeling. This is so risky. Now this is what you all signed up for. Oh, why did I? Oh no! Oh, okay. How do I get out there? Okay. I wanna fly. Okay, let me fly. Let me out. Okay. Oh Christ. Yeah, that's what we call bad. Whew. It's okay if my boyfriend breaks up with me. Oh, did you see that? What just happened? Okay, I think I was crouching. Okay, it's fine. So we're good. I'm fine. I'm alive. That's what matters, really. I think from down here we can maybe get to... Aha! There we go. We got this. Now we just mine all the blocks and they'll drop down onto the... Oh, okay. Guess we're going down this way now. Now we mine these blocks. Except this one. Where we go. There we go. This is the good stuff. How many blocks? Oh, we have to actually empty our inventory one more time before we're done today. Run along all of this. Love standing on magma. Very good for me. Whew. You hope anyone was falling asleep watching this. You know, that one was targeted at people who say they fall asleep watching my stream. Like, no. You don't get to fall asleep watching my stream. That's offensive. It implies they're boring. So now I wake you up. You'll ever just, huh? We probably shouldn't do it. You know, I said we shouldn't do it, and then we did it, and now we learned our lesson. That's the circle of life. Only one there to go, says Alikid. We've got one more block to go, and we're just doing the ceiling first before we can get to it, because obviously. Where's this base? I guess we'll just throw it wherever there's a block lying around. Over here, I feel like. Yeah, there we go. One more base help. Okay, let's go back. This is the last. That was my last time until the last one, where we have to actually do this. Thank you, Pygol. That was a close one. Yeah, that was my most terrified because I was like a layer below it, so I couldn't just save myself. I had to like think on my feet, like, okay, what's gonna happen? I knew I had the Tome of Undying, so I was less stressed than I otherwise would have been, and I was like, okay, just know, no matter what happens, I can always save myself. I feel like that fort kept me alive to some extent, which is always a good thing. I'm gonna switch out of this just so we can mine faster. They're the last few blocks. I can treat myself to some efficiency 5. Or maybe we should try and delay it, make it last longer. What do you reckon, chat? What do you reckon? Okay, just mine our way through. Yeah, let's delay it. Let's go back to efficiency 3. It's so much slower, but let's do it. F for the series, says Nemo Nameless. Yeah, I always like these big project series. It's always fun to see the start, the end, and everything in between. But that's part of the beauty, isn't it? That's part of the beauty. Okay, so now we wanna. Okay, this is gonna be a bit of a leap. Okay, we're good. Now I wanna get that out there. Okay, good. And now I think that. Okay, no, we've got those blocks over there to do. Okay, that's fine. That's easy. That's livable. That's doable. We need. Okay, there's a block up there as well, so let's just let that fall down. We're just like kind of dealing with this later now at this point. Jump over there. Okay, we're falling back up again. Actually, let's look at it from down there. Let's see if there's like... No, those are the last ones. Those are the last ones. This block and all of those. And then we are done here, friendies. It's so hard to see the blocks when they're like falling on this, but there we are anyway. Okay, let's get back up again. I get knocked down, but I get up again. They're never going to keep you down, is a phrase I've heard. Okay, so... Oh, Christ. It's so scary. Even though I can fall, just the idea of falling down is still terrifying to me. Okay, so all these blocks going away. Big projects equals chill stream between the speedruns equals intense streams. Honestly, I enjoy the chill streams, like the project streams, much more. I think we need to like find like a third category of stream to do. Like I like chill streams, I like project streams. We need like an in-between. We need like a mildly chill, mildly going out there kind of project. Like I want to try some challenge maps maybe. You know, but like I enjoyed Skyblock, Ultimate, etc. Play Pigstep once you're done. Do. You know, I can't play Pigstep, but you know who can? Chat, this is on you. You have the ability to play Pigstep. Are you willing to take it? Whew. Okay, we got this. Oh yeah, this is exciting news. We are only a few. Man, there were so many blocks on the ceiling here that I didn't mind. Like I didn't really appreciate it till just now. How many we really left behind. But now we're getting them all, which is always a good thing to do. Like some of them we like physically wouldn't have been able to see if I didn't come up here. So I guess that's for the best. That some of the blocks were mined at least. Mine those two and that one and those three over there as well, but that's a whole nightmare we'll get to later, I guess. Also these blocks. Okay. I think now, I could be wrong, I think those three and the last one, and then we're done. Okay, let's jump over. Okay, now we're coming back up. Oh, Christ. Okay, let's just give you a quick thing. Let's try and mine them as we go past. Oh, we got one. We got one. You know, for fun, if these are the last blocks anyway. Oh, no, they're not. There's more to go. Let's mine down then. Let's get them the less satisfying way. Wait, where are they? I literally don't see them. Huh, where, like, I guess they're in some little ceiling crevice that I... Okay, so there's three over there, and then where are the rest of them? I can reach those out from over there if I, like, never rack myself over a bit. Okay, one more block after that. We're overdue for another melon stream. I realize I have 3 types of Minecraft. Thank you, you made me realize we do have 3 types of Minecraft stream. We have normal streams, we have melon streams, and then we have speedrun streams. I just want to take a break from the speedrunning, you know? I don't know how long. But it has to be like some amount of time we just like take some time to chill. Okay, so... Oh, there are the blocks. I see them now. I can see clearly now the blocks are gone. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. You know, people say that sex is good, but they have never mined the last few blocks of a bastion from the ceiling of the Nether after they convinced themselves they couldn't do it. Okay, I think those are it, right? Oh no, there's one all the way over there. That's just frustrating at this point. Like, come on, basalt block. Oh, that was 2. Okay, it's good that we went over there. Wait, is there more? Oh, there is. We would have felt like a fool if I didn't check that. So now we have to destroy all these blocks as we go. Break this one. Now pick all of those up. And chat, I've got some bad news for you today. I think we're now down to just 1 block left. In this, yep, 1 block. Oh wait, okay, those 4 as well. I keep over anticipating the ending. I'm like, oh, it's hit, and it's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, it's hit. Oh no, it's not. It's almost hit. No, it's not. Okay, I did say I wouldn't stop until it was over. It went. I would have preferred to sleep like an hour ago. I've been tired for a while, but you know, I kept it up. I believed myself. I stuck to my vision, my goal. And the last part of that is breaking. Oh god, how did I mess that up? Okay, fly up. And then fly back on. I can't believe I messed that up. That was the most basic of basic things we could have done. And I messed it up somehow. Okay, let's pick that up. Oh no, it burned. Okay, okay, chat. The moment. It's come here. This is the last block in the entire bastion. Every other block in the bastion has been destroyed besides this one. The only question is, can we destroy it? I don't know if we can. Like, emotionally, am I ready for that, you know? Like, can I deal with that, you know? Can I even? You know? This is the question. Once this block is gone, the live stream is over. And then we're done. We've come so far together, but can I bring myself to end it? The answer should be yes. But we've had such a delight along the way. I've enjoyed hanging out, talking with all of you. Some of you. I haven't enjoyed talking with all of you. Some of you are bad human beings who should die in a fire, but I'm just kidding. This has been a real delight. And Hal Hates Demons, thank you for becoming a channel member. So, I now have an entire Piglin Bastion stored up in chests. It's done. 100% destroyed. I hope you enjoyed this weird mini stream series. And I hope you choose to join me for the next one. Because at some point, we got to use all that blackstone, huh? I'm going to turn this into some form of like video later. So you can like see the progress we made. Because it's so weird to me looking at this now and seeing no bastion. There was a bastion there. And now it's gone. And that like blows my mind. That genuinely blows my mind. But, you know, it's a thing we learned. I hope you'll enjoy. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. I'll see you all next time.